Use as directed on hard, non-porous surfaces.
Hey, Mom, I've been meaning to talk to you about some new COVID information I saw online. I read that Black folks like us with certain conditions like diabetes, heart disease, mental health conditions, or being 50 and older, like you, are at high risk.
Boy, you sound like a commercial.
I'm just saying. I know you love your ginger teas and essential oils, but remember, there are treatment options for COVID-19.
I promise if I get sick again, I'll call my doctor to ask about my options.
Visit WeTalkWeRise.com to learn more. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Sage Dental's comprehensive care is now available near you. Our new patient package is a free exam and x-rays, $100 off every $400 of general treatment, plus a free Sonic Pro Clean toothbrush for caring for your smile at home. At Sage Dental, we're committed to your family's health with the latest technology for all your dental needs in one place. Visit mysagedental.com today to book an appointment. That's mysagedental.com. Offer valid at participating locations. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
T-Mobile 5G home internet keeps getting better. Get our fastest connection loaded with benefits. Get T-Mobile's best home internet starting at $55 a month with auto pay and any voice line. Plus, Price Lock. We won't raise your rate on internet. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Guarantees regular monthly rate plan price of fixed wireless 5G internet data with qualifying service. After $15 bill credit with postpaid voice line plus $5 a month without auto pay with debit or bank account. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies. Speeds vary due to factors affecting cellular networks.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Minute.
Like to win $1,000.
I would enjoy that and appreciate it very much.
It's grand in your hand. Your chance to win $1,000 just by listening. Weekdays when you hear the keyword, enter it at our website, foxsports940.com. Presented by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Josh from 21 Pilots, talking about how their live performances are unique.
Two of us, we try and be as energetic as possible for the lack of band members on stage, and to try and have people leaving feeling like they were a part of an experience with us and not just maybe just watching something happen on stage.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more of 21 Pilots and all your favorite artists.
And we're back on Football Fridays. I'm with All Top. That's Luis Diaz. You know what we didn't talk about? The big announcement today from the Dolphins that they are going to be the first team to play in Spain.
Wow, that's so cool. We lose a home game.
They're going to play at the home of Real Madrid in the city of Madrid. No date on that game just yet, but they'll be playing in the first game in Spain. They share the market rights with the Bears.
So we're not playing the Bears.
Correct.
Because we're the home. Okay. Bro, you know what? I will tell you the silver lining of this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the video they put out?
No.
So Tua throws a ball and the guy from Real Madrid catches it. Dude, I don't want to hear anything about Tua's arm strength ever again.
It's a long throw.
Tua threw it from Miami Gardens
right
to Madrid, Spain.
And quick.
Tua's got an arm on him.
In the video, it was like not even like a half a second. It just was there.
Dude, it was like 3 shots of like roofs, and then all of a sudden, it was there.
Spain.
Dude, Tua's got an arm. He threw it from Miami to Spain. I'm going to give him 100% credit. He's the guy. I think Josh Allen's longest throw was 70 yards? Justin Herbert, maybe 72. Nah, dog. Tua threw it to Spain. That's the king right there.
So I got the email alert today that, the press release they sent out today. So I screen grabbed it and I sent it to my wife. And she was like, "Are you going?" And I was like, "No."
It's a home game. You do go to all the home games.
I do. Well, Oh, that's true. I never thought of it that way.
You
I don't go to the away games, but I do go to home games.
You are on location at all the home games. You should go. You should be there.
I should go. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'll tell you, my wife was like, dude, babe, what if we go? Because we try to go to one away game a year. We didn't this year, newborn. But hey, that was just like, what if that's our game? And I was like, no. She's like, oh, but I love Spain because she did study abroad in Spain. So she thinks she's Spanish now. She's just Dominican. Those are your ancestors. They're Spanish. Also, some of her ancestors are French. So, like, it's not even full on her. But she wants to go to Spain and wants to go. I'm like, you know what? I would go if this show had paid more, you know?
Yeah, I imagine the trip to Spain for the game isn't a cheap one.
No. Can I tell you what I'm hoping happens?
Sure.
You know those international flights when firings happen.
No.
I'm hoping they lose. And McDaniel and Greer do not make the flight
behind.
back. I hope they pull a Jimmy Butler and they take a different flight home.
We're just going to hang behind. Check out the sights.
There's so much history here.
Wine country here is fantastic from what we hear.
So much to learn and see.
Jaunt through the hills.
The steps, the Spanish steps, which are in Italy. I learned that also.
Really?
That's misleading.
Is that?
The Spanish steps? That's where all the IG influencer whores. I don't know if I can say that on the radio. Ladies, beautiful, respectful ladies, take pictures
horses.
in Italy.
You said horses.
I did say horses.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's what they do. They take pictures. I know.
And the Spanish steps. It's a thing. The Spanish steps are a
I
thing.
believe you. If it's something to do with, influencing or whatever, you know better than I.
But it's in Italy.
Spanish steps in Italy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Europeans are dumb. That's what that's about. It's about dumb Europeans.
Or maybe they're just all together as one.
What?
They're just one big happy family.
Europeans?
They're all using the euro.
No. The euro died. Brexit.
Brexit.
I don't even know what side I'm on in Brexit.
Yeah, right. I know it's a hip term, but Brexit was years ago. I don't even think it's a thing anymore.
We don't talk about that anymore. We don't talk
like
about
Bruno.
Brexit.
We don't talk about Brexit.
No, whatever, dude. I'm not educated.
So anyway, some of the games happening this week. What are we talking about? Tomorrow, Rams at Eagles.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, the big one, the Ravens at the Bills. And then on Sunday, we got the Texans at the Chiefs. And then Sunday night is the game.
Have you seen online that Pat Mahomes hasn't won a playoff game when it's a 4:30 kick?
Really?
Yeah, he's like 13-0 in prime time, but 0-2 when it's a 4:30 kick.
Interesting.
Look, man,
I'm still taking them to win that game, right? At home against the Texans.
5 weeks ago, I was mad whenever someone was saying Tua wasn't a top 10 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I hate him again, I don't mind Stroud usurping him, which he already has in everyone's book. Dude, Stroud, get that dub, dude. Get that dub, Stroud.
I don't think it can happen.
Who you got? All right, let's go through the games. What's the first game?
Rams at Eagles.
Who you got?
I got the Eagles. Yeah, Eagles in that one.
Easy.
I want to see the Ravens win. I don't like the Ravens, but I really like Lamar Jackson. He's got to get a win. He's got to get a win, right?
He got one last week. He's fine.
Yeah, but that's not enough. This guy's a multiple-time MVP. Like, you got to win something, bud.
So you think the Ravens are going to beat the Bills?
In Buffalo.
You think they're going to beat the Bills?
In Buffalo, I don't know, but I hope.
I think the Bills are going to take it.
You think so?
I think so. I think the Bills are going to go to the playoffs and lose to the Lions. To the Super Bowl and lose to the Lions.
The big game.
Oh, no, we're not talking about an ad. We can say Super Bowl when it's not a commercial.
I know.
And this radio show
There's no commercial
has no ads, baby. We are commercial free. No sponsors on this show, baby.
Although you might have something coming in.
Oh, dude. That
Did
email?
they answer you?
Hold on. Now that we're on IG and people are like, dude, I haven't gotten a response yet.
Yeah.
But I woke up this morning.
It's so awesome.
From an email address that I'd never seen. Influencers, I don't think I should say it, but like an iHeart.
Yeah. Somebody who works with
someone
the
from within
yeah.
iHeartMedia works with influencers like, hey, if anyone does Zins, fill this out.
So good.
And we might be able to get you a deal. I had to email you like, is this scam? Because I will give them my social security number.
Anything they want.
If it means I'm getting some free lip pillows.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so I looked up the email address. I was like, no, that's legit. I think that's a real thing. They must have seen that video that we did from training camp.
Yeah, when I was the only one popping zins. Not even Goldie would take a zin.
Goldie was our boss.
You think Goldie rocks a lip pillow? He's
no way.
Dude, it's hockey.
No.
It's hockey.
I spent plenty of time around him. I've never seen him.
You've never seen him?
Nah.
He doesn't do anything? Does he drink?
No, yeah, he'll drink. I don't want to get into Goldie's business out here, but I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him with
do
the lip. He ain't got no dip in.
No, oh man, he seems like a dipper.
Really?
He seems like if he's not smoking a cigar, he's got some dip in. He doesn't give off like low-key degenerate
I want to call
vibes.
him and ask him. Just get him on the air. Goldie.
He gives me like...
No, he didn't even know what Zin was when we were talking about it.
Yeah, but maybe I opened up his mind.
Yeah.
If you're on IG Live right now, let me know if you use Zins, because I'm going to use that to my advantage and get this deal.
Yeah, right? Lewis needs this deal, right?
I need this deal.
That'd be awesome.
If they give me $0.00, but a pack of Zins a week.
Down.
Oh, I'm
Where's
not
the
even
paperwork?
addicted. I can quit whenever I want. I just don't want. It's so
Just
good.
want the freeness of it all.
Oh my God, free Zins. Oh, please.
Free, my favorite 4-letter F word.
Is it?
Oh, it's the best.
It's a good one.
Anything free, I'll take it.
I like fire.
Fire's
Can't
good
talk
too.
about that. LA. Bleh. Whatever.
I don't know. I don't think the Chiefs lose this game.
You don't?
Nah.
It's not -9.
It's the Chiefs, though, man. Listen.
I'm sorry. Have you seen the Texans defense?
Yes.
They are unreal. Which, by the way, again, as much as I hate Tua right now, when Herbert threw 4 picks against them, I was like, oh, thank God.
Delicious.
Oh, no, thank God it's more than 3.
So good.
Because 2 threw 3, that's when normal people throw again. He threw 4. That's bad.
So these are the top 5 in passing TDs in postseason history. Okay. Tom Brady, number 1, 88 touchdowns in 48 games. Joe Montana, number 2, 45 touchdowns, 23 games. Aaron Rodgers, 45 as well in 22 games. Brett Favre has 44 in 24 games. Right now, Patrick Mahomes has 41. So he can pass all 3 of those guys and move up into the second spot. He throws, he could at least tie with 4 touchdowns this weekend. 18 games, he's thrown 41 touchdowns.
That's a lot.
The dude's on fire.
In 18?
18 postseason games, he's thrown 41 touchdowns.
He's very good at football.
I mean, like, that's it. Like, how are you going to bet against this guy? At home, no less.
Because I don't want him to win. Look, man.
He's got 15 postseason career wins, a win against Houston, and he ties Montana for 2 all-time with 16. Brady's got 35.
My dad on IG Live says he's picking the Texans to upset KC. It must be a stupid Diaz thing. I'm also picking the Texans. I really do. I think, man, that defense is so freaking crazy good.
Yeah.
It is crazy good.
But, like, their offensive line stinks. That was the big thing that they couldn't.
It doesn't matter, my friend. That's no matter. That's no matter because the defense scores the points for them.
There you go. I don't know. I like CJ Stroud, but I can't. They're 2-time defending champs.
That's what I like about CJ Stroud this year. He's been so carried by his defense that everyone's like, oh,
right.
Yeah, he was like Justin Herbert, where he came out on fire and he's not the next Pat Mahomes. He's good.
He's good.
But he's not great. He's not, elite.
Right.
Dude, CJ Stroud, listen to me right now. You win this game. You are in that elite category.
It's a big deal. Look what happened. Joe Burrow. They beat the Chiefs. They went to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is the man now. Even though his team stinks, everybody loves Joe Burrow. The defense, the Bengals, their whole story. But Joe Burrow, everybody believes in that guy.
Yeah, he's not the problem, is he?
No.
That's so annoying because he throws 40 touchdowns. I'm looking at I don't think Tua has the facilities to throw 40 touchdowns in a year. I need a quarterback that can. Sorry, we're getting off track. CJ Stroud, you think he's going to lose this weekend?
I think they lose to the Chiefs. And then the night game, I think Detroit wins at home. I'd like to see Washington do something wild, but...
Detroit home against Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Washington, come on.
You think?
What do you mean? Yeah, I know.
In Detroit?
I know the Lions are going to win. Was
yeah,
I not
okay,
clear?
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
No. I thought you were saying Washington. I was like, huh?
No.
Nah, Lions at home for sure.
Frank Gonzalez just chimed in about the KC Texans game.
Yeah.
That KC has a better coach. KC has a more experienced coach for sure. And yeah, I'd be stupid if I didn't say better, but I'm not going to say D'Amico Ryans is a slouch either. I don't know, man.
I mean, look at what they're doing in the second year.
That's coming out. I think that's where that game is the most controversial. Am I crazy, or is the Ravens Bills the most evenly split? I'm talking about like what people think, who people think is going to win.
I think it's the Ravens Bills. I think everybody just looks at that as like, and the thing is, like, one of those guys is going to lose again.
Yeah, I hope it's
one
Josh
of them's
Allen.
going to lose again.
I hope it's Josh Allen. I just think they have a better team.
Yeah,
I just think they have a better team. I mean, you've got an elite running back and a quarterback. Though that's all you need to beat a better team.
Yeah.
So they can.
Hey, if the Ravens defense can play like a Ravens defense usually plays, they'll be all right.
Is the Ravens defense good?
They're always good.
No, they're not. They've been good recently, but they were terrible in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but they always make plays when they need to, except in the postseason. So maybe that's not a good call.
Maybe the Bills are going to win. Also,
I think you've changed my mind.
Did you hear how cold it's going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be freezing.
It's going to be KC last year type cold.
Yeah. I saw Lamar. Did you hear what he said?
No.
We have that sound, but he said they asked him if he would wear gloves. He's like, no, I'm terrible when I have gloves on. He's like, I'll leave that to Teddy Two Gloves. He's like, shout out to Teddy.
Man, South Florida boys just ruling the league.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I think Bills win. That's my pick. I think the Texans win. That's my official pick. Lock it. Put your mortgage on it. And Eagles Commanders. No, Lions Commanders. Yeah, the Lion. That's gonna be a dog walk.
Lions, man, they look really good.
Look, Dan Quinn, great job, man. You made it to the divisional round. The Dolphins haven't done that. That's crazy.
Nobody expected Washington to make the playoffs. I called that they'd win the division, but nobody expected them to make the playoffs.
So you did call them to make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, they didn't win the division, but yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, they were just a complete mess, and they brought Jaden Daniels in, and all of a sudden they're like fantastic. Dan Quinn, obviously, but
yeah, Jaden Daniels nasty, bro. He reminds me of he looks like Shador. The way it's like he's fast, but like he wants to make the throws, but man, you can't tackle him once he gets in open space. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. I like Jaden Daniels. He's probably gonna be really good next year. Give me the Lions to end it.
It's over. Hey, man, he's gonna win Rookie of the Year over Caleb Williams, probably.
Oh man,
imagine he had a way better season.
You think so?
Yeah, better season, and they went to the playoffs. The Bears stunk.
Oh no, I know. It's over Caleb Williams, but like I like the Jaguars are like trying to push Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh yeah, or like Brock Bowers, the Raiders tight end.
That's a tight end.
Yeah, but I think he set a record for like receptions by a tight end as a rookie or something.
I've set a record for how many marshmallows I can fit in my mouth. I don't care about records. It's about who's better at being better, And that's Jaden Daniels.
That's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff on the other side. Some other stuff. It's Football Fridays.
What's better than going out for seafood?
All right. That's funny. All right. We're in commercial. So now we're just on IG Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Texans over the Chiefs.
I don't trust anybody on the road in Arrowhead.
That's a smart bet. See, that's a smart bet.
I just don't know.
I don't know. It's Derek Stingley by himself that makes me think the Texans are going to win.
Yeah.
I'm when it comes to football, this is why I hate how the Dolphins are constructed. I'm old school. Give me a strong defense and give me a great offensive line. And I know they don't have a great offensive line, but they have such a good defense, bro. And they have a decent enough run game. Joe Mixon gets his numbers.
Right.
I don't know. I think so.
When the Super Bowl was here 2020? Yeah, it was 2020. I went to the media night, and I asked Andy Reid if he would hold my face on a sign on the sideline. So, well, we don't do that, but we'll find something else for you. He never came through on that promise. So at some point, I need to harass him about that. He owes me a head sign on the sidelines, signal plays.
Are they still using pictures over there?
I don't know.
I think that's I don't know. I haven't seen them do that recently.
Yeah. Well, he owes me. Maybe he'll give me some tickets.
He owes you. Yeah, I mean, so you're saying he owes you because you asked him a question?
He said yes. He said he would. I asked him if he would do it, and he said yes.
You just said we'll do something like that.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't say yes.
He said yes.
He didn't say yes.
He said something like, "We don't hold up the signs anymore, but we'll find something to do for you," or something.
Go have a burger with him.
I'm in.
I'll have a burger with Andy
I'm
Reid
gonna
any
do
day
a
of the week.
Campbell's soup commercial with him or something. The Progressive. Make some money.
The State Farm, the
Is that what it is?
Bundle Ruski. Bundle Ruski doo.
Yeah, you make some money doing those commercials.
What's up, Jay Stev? Yeah, I had a buddy of mine on the IG earlier because he used to shit on me for only using 3 milligrams ins.
Really?
When adults use 6 milligrams ins. Sorry. I never had a nicotine addiction before.
But it's not tobacco, right?
No, it's pure nicotine. So you can swallow the spit. That's the beautiful thing of it. You don't have to.
Right.
You see me with I don't spit. That's my
Right.
favorite thing of it. And so I go, no, I'm on 6 milligram now. He goes, all right, yeah. Now you got to try this other brand. They go up to 15.
Oh my God.
Chill, dude. I just got
Lightheaded all the time.
I just got to 6. And even then, I still do 3 on occasion because it's better for me.
Huh.
Chris, the Dolphins' outlook for 2025 is mierda. Is not good. Outlook for 2025. Man, I'm looking forward to 2026. And I'm going to watch all the games. I'm going to be sad when we lose. I'm going to be happy when we win. But I'm on to 2026.
Pleasant surprise. That's what I look forward to. A pleasant surprise.
What's that saying? The hope is what kills you. It's the hope that kills you.
Right.
That's my entire outlook for this Dolphin season.
That's
It's
the
the hope
NFL
that kills you.
offseason.
It's the hope that kills you. And I'm not gonna hope. I'm not gonna hope too much. Because when I hope, they don't do well. And when I don't hope, they don't do well. So like,
All right, here we go.
And we are back on Football Fridays. I'm Will Altop. That's Luis Diaz. Luis, you know, there's talk of continuing this thing past football season.
This show?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we need sponsors for that?
We got to change our name, I would imagine, too.
To Every Sport Fridays. That doesn't alliterate.
I like that.
I like alliteration.
Multiple Athletics Fridays.
I mean, what sport is on now? Hockey. You can get Goldie on.
Oblongs and pucks.
That Friday sports show?
That Friday sport? No, that sounds too realistic.
What the Puck Fridays? And then in people's head, it'll alliterate, but not on paper.
No. Yeah, I don't know. Got to come up with a name.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Football Fridays,
How about
baby.
we just call it sports?
Yeah, I don't. What do other shows? Every other show doesn't have a name. It's just the name of the host.
Right, that's true. Will and Lewis, though, I don't know.
Will and Grace. I'll change my name to Grace.
We already have a Grace.
Yeah, but she doesn't mind. She's our boss.
You know, it's funny. Like every now and then, people are like, Will and Grace. I just got that. We're like, yeah.
Now,
Like,
okay,
right? Okay, so
no, because you got to go last names. When it's 2 people, you got to go last
yeah,
names.
that's true.
So it's got to be Althoff Diaz.
You laugh, but every single time somebody says that here in the office, it's hilarious.
There you go.
You know,
It's
Will
true,
and Grace set this
right?
thing up yesterday.
Oh my God! Right? So, how about? I want a cooler last name though.
You know what? Let's put it out to the people that are watching and listening on
That's
the
a
iHeart
great
app.
idea,
If you're
yes.
watching on Instagram, if you're
Magic
listening
time.
on radio, you can. I think we have a talkback feature on the iHeart app. So if you're listening on the iHeart app, you can leave us a message with that microphone button.
Yes.
If you're watching on IG, you can comment on it right now what this show's name should be after football. And if you're listening on traditional radio,
You could call us 866-801-0940.
No one's going to call us.
I want somebody to call. 866-801-0940 is the number.
866
801
801
0940.
I should have that number memorized.
I would like Carlos to keep his finger on the dump button if people do call.
866-801-0940. Yeah, that's cool. I would like someone to call and give us a name.
Be cool, right?
Yeah.
So
I
anyway,
don't think they will.
You never know, man. You got to have faith. Believe.
Faith and Belief Fridays.
That's it. Faith and Belief Fridays. That's good. Going into the weekend, going into games, like having some faith in your team, believing
Yeah,
in them.
that's what the off season's all about. Faith and belief.
That's all it is, man. Hope.
I don't think it exists in Dolphins land, though. I don't think anyone's happy as a Dolphins fan
listen,
right now.
Going into last season, there was a lot of hope going into last season.
Yeah.
People believed that they were going to do something last season for sure.
We were angry about the end of season collapse, but we were like, you know what? We got the pieces.
We've talked about it before. You looked at that schedule going into the season last year, like what? 3 losses? They're going to kill it.
How annoying. How annoying that we have the softest NFL schedule of the year and we don't make the playoffs.
The games that they should have won in the middle of the season, the down games against those teams that they should have beat, even with the backup quarterback, those are the games they couldn't win.
It's annoying. And you know what's crazy? We win one of those games.
Playoffs.
We're in the playoffs.
So I think, too, which is interesting, is the anomaly of the Rams game. The Rams have looked fantastic, but somehow the Dolphins went out to L.A. on a Monday night and beat them.
On their rise, too. It wasn't when they were bad. They were on their way up. We beat them, and they kept going up after that.
Yeah, that game's such an anomaly when you look at it over the whole season.
Very weird. You're right.
Right? That's the one game that sticks out that's like, how did they win that game?
My dad says move the show to Saturday and call it Sports Spectacular Saturday. I think we could cut the spectacular. So many syllables. It's a mouthful, but Sports Saturday.
I like the alliteration.
Yeah. I love to alliterate. Sports Spectacular Saturday. It's just a mouthful.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to work on the weekend. I just don't want to.
I already work on the weekends. I don't need another day on the weekends.
Yeah. Let's take Saturdays off. So great input. Let's think about Fridays.
Fantastic football Fridays. But then it's just back to football.
Yeah, and then that's square one.
Carlos is telling us to break. We'll break.
What?
We'll come back on the other
Jesus.
side. Yeah, look at us. Come back on the other side here on the currently named Football Fridays.
Touchdown Gators! The home of...
Huh?
Thank you. You open the phones.
He can open the phones?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it pulled up on the X screen.
Are we getting calls?
No.
That's what I thought.
Another one. Hey, but I'm going to leave it open.
Hey, phone lines are open, baby.
Yeah, that's that top of the hour 2-minute break.
You can also comment right here. So I started a diet. And it's one of those that they send you all the bars and shakes.
Yeah.
And it's good. I've done it before, and I always lose weight when I do this diet. And I was in a plateau with what I was doing. So let me do this diet, kickstart the plateau again. And it works, but the problem is I was on a cruise with a buffet. And now that I'm saying that, I guess technically it is a breakfast buffet in the morning.
There you go.
But yeah, I was on a cruise from Friday to this morning. And Arizona? Arizona.
No, Real Madrid. I think you're right. Yeah.
Be cool if it moved mid-game. That's a fun little thing.
Move it outside.
Have it? No, just like constantly.
No, that's the one with it's the layered fields, right? Yeah. So like they move down and they have like a practice complex underneath, so those fields are usable. Yeah, it's wild.
So they've got a practice field they'll put up, and then a game field.
And like, so what happens is I can't remember, but they move like the practice field. It's like sections, like on an elevator. So then when they put it away, it's like levels that they can practice on.
That's fucking crazy.
It's insane. I think Carlos was showing that to me, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
That's technology, dude.
Dude, wild.
Meanwhile, Stephen Ross is just buying land to build grass.
Yeah, I got to go on a cruise. My wife and I have been talking about that.
MSC, baby.
Back here on Football Fridays. Go ahead.
You're talking about wanting to go. In the break, we're talking about cruises.
Yeah, I was going to say, my wife and I have been talking about potentially going on a cruise. I've never been on a cruise.
So my favorite cruise line to work with is the one that I was just on for a week. I do shows on cruises. For those of you that don't know, I do comedy on cruises. And the one I was just on, probably my favorite one that I've done the most is MSC, and they're partnered with the Dolphins.
Interesting.
I'm sure you know enough people through enough channels, you can get a
Make that work,
discount.
right?
One, get them to sponsor this show.
That's what
Put us on a cruise. I'll do the shows at night and this show. The Wi-Fi on there sucks, so like let's not expect to make it on terrestrial radio.
Gotcha.
But like we'll try our best.
We'll do something.
No, it's cool. Yeah, MSC, you got to try it out, and like because they're still relatively new to America, they're on the cheaper end, but they got all the elegance of being a Mediterranean cruise,
Right.
Mediterranean sea cruise.
They got all the kids stuff.
They do have kids stuff. Yeah,
I got to make sure my kids are worn out.
they got the kids club. They got the pools. What's cool is I didn't realize that the kids clubs, they'll take them to dinner.
Oh, get out.
So
of
like
here.
if it's 7 p.m.
Yeah.
and your kid is in the kids club,
Going to
they
dinner.
will escort like all the kids in the club, all escorted with all the kids club instructors,
Right.
watchers, and they'll all go to the buffet. They'll eat at the buffet and they're in their section, and then they'll all go back to the kids club. Yeah, so you don't need to even look at your kids because they will be fed on MSC at least.
I don't mind. Like, I just need them to be in a pool wearing themselves out. And like my wife and I just chilling.
They got the pools.
Like, that's what I need.
They got pools.
That's what we need. My wife says we should call this show Ball Masters.
Ball masters.
Her suggestion.
Who are the masters of the balls? We are. People are gonna think it's an OnlyFans show, and then
Then you make some money.
and then we make some money. Jen on Instagram talking about MSC. It's so cheap and it's great. Highly recommend doing the dinner package and the drinks.
Ooh, yeah.
That's see, I when I perform on the boats, they give me. I don't get dinner packages,
Yeah.
and I don't get like the all-inclusive drinks. What I do get is I can get all the soda and water I want.
Yeah.
Dude, I OD on Coke Zero,
I'm sure, right? I'm down.
and the buffet is fine.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Dude, you got to do it.
That's the thing. I got to figure out like, and what is it like if it's you start in Florida and come back to Florida or something? You have
Yeah.
a passport or something. There's some like my kids don't have passports or anything. I
All
think
you
they
need is
just
their
need
birth
the
certificate.
certificates, right?
All you need, because I did one out of Orlando.
Yeah.
And I forgot my passport, couldn't just drive home and get it.
Yeah.
And so my wife emailed me a picture of my birth certificate, and I showed them my phone, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you're good." And I went on the boat.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, I love you too. Let them know Ghost Energy new flavor drop. Hey, if you want me to talk about Ghost products, you got to become a sponsor of the show.
Yeah, man.
That's what Alex.
Right?
I'm going to tell you right now. We need sponsors. We got 0 sponsors. That's why I'm saying that, Alex. We were desperately in need.
Coke Zero sponsors.
Dude, Coke Zero, MSC, and Ghost. Also, I need the supplements, baby. I've been getting so jacked.
My wife and I are talking about the Netflix documentary, that guy who doesn't want to die.
What?
Have you seen this?
Now?
I think it's called Don't Die. A guy who wants to live forever. He's taking like 1 million supplements. He does blood work. He's got like a whole schedule. He's nuts.
Yeah.
You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh, you got to check the trailer out. You'll watch.
Is that where like he gets the blood of? Is that because I've heard of people
I
that
don't
like
know.
get blood transfusions of young people, and
He might. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen all the details. I think I'm going to end up watching it tonight. My wife and I, maybe tomorrow. But like, yeah, I'm interested.
Jen says to do the 4-day cruise, no more than that. It's more than enough to be at sea.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I just did the MSC Divina,
Right.
and they do their entire schedule is the same. It's 3-day, then 4-day, and they do that week after week after week.
Yeah.
And even the 4-day is just the 3-day cruise with an at sea day. It's the same
Oh, I got
itinerary.
you. Right.
They have their private island in the Bahamas. You go to Nassau, and if you're doing the 3-day, that's it. Day 1 is Miami, day 2 is Nassau, day 3 is private island, and you're home.
That's what we were talking about, like a 3-day. Because my wife, she gets seasick.
Dude, it's Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
You get there Friday afternoon, and you get back Monday in the morning. So if you want to go to work on Monday, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. Should be hungover. Should be hungover if you're doing it the right
You
way.
got to get off the boat at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Not 7:30.
7:30. Nice.
I got off early.
Go home and go get a nap.
Yeah.
Make sure the babysitter's there to watch the kids.
But it's good, bro. It's good. I'm telling you,
I'm going to
MSC.
look into that one.
If they're listening, they should give us money for this.
Yeah, there we go. Hook us up. Anyway.
Oh, look at this. Talking about the Don't Die show.
Yeah.
Same girl that's talking about MSC.
Oh, yeah.
He takes 146 vitamins a day.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They make men's one a day. It's just one.
The only
And
thing is that maybe a Centrum Silver.
And he does that with a blood transfusion.
Yeah, like you gotta think.
How old
putting
is
all
he?
that stuff in your body? He's like in his 50s or something, or 60s.
And he's doing that now?
Yeah.
And he thinks it's gonna pay off in the long run?
I don't know. I haven't found out all the details. I'll report back later.
Yeah, so you've only seen the
I
trailer?
just saw the trailer.
Yeah.
And I heard people talking about it. Grace was watching it. Natalie works in the newsroom. She watched it.
Oh, it's multiple parts.
No, it's just one. Just one movie, I think.
Oh, okay.
I thought.
I don't know. The way you said started watching it, like is watching it. I was like, oh, that means he's in the middle of it.
No. They watched.
I don't know. I also don't like documentaries.
Really?
I even watched Tiger King and I couldn't finish it.
Really?
Brother,
Well, Tiger King, like the last episode was unnecessary. But the first, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I think I saw the first 3.
Yeah.
And then me and my wife stopped. Like it's just, and that's the least documentary because it's a movie with how silly, ridiculous it is. And I couldn't watch it. I don't know. I'm not a documentary guy.
You ever see Dark Days? That's a great documentary about people who are living in subway tunnels.
The only documentary I ever saw was the McDonald's one because I had to watch it in health class in 10th grade in high school.
You know, that guy's dead. He died last year.
Too much McDonald's.
Probably.
This makes me want to get a Big Mac though. I don't care. Wasn't that the thing that he was like he was super healthy before and after?
Yeah.
So what wasn't the
It was just a
McDonald's?
bit.
It wasn't the McDonald's.
I think he actually got sick.
You know what he probably should have done? Taken 146 vitamins. That's
That's
blood
it. Blood
transfusions.
transfusion, CT scans, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the only documentary I've ever seen aside from the 3 episodes of Tiger King. I just they don't call my name.
I like it, man.
Like, why am I going to watch a documentary when I could watch, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
See, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
Dude, God, there's 3 Godfathers.
Yes.
And I'm going to watch a boring thing.
It's not boring. Have you seen like The King of Kong with Billy Mitchell about
Is that a
Pac-Man and stuff?
documentary?
Yeah.
Then what's the answer?
It's a great documentary. Hoop Dreams? Have you seen Hoop Dreams?
Is it a documentary?
Come on, Hoop Dreams.
Look at
classic.
me. Look at me. And this might get me fired from this station. I've never seen a 30 for 30.
Ah! Come on, there's so many good ones.
NFL Network does A Football Life. To me, that's a documentary. I've never seen one of those. I've never seen Cocaine Cowboys. I've never seen any of it.
None of them.
Never seen it.
The one with Reggie Miller, what is it? Winning Time against the Knicks. That's one of the best documentaries ever.
Is it a documentary?
Oh,
then I haven't seen it.
The Michael Jordan.
I tried. Well, I saw the first 2 episodes.
Really?
And then I was just like, it happened already.
Interesting. All right.
The Malice at the Palace one I've heard is amazing. I haven't seen it. Oh, I did see another one.
Okay.
The Redeem Team. Because it was one part.
Yes.
Because it was
good.
one part. And watching that, Carlos, before you start hating again, before I saw that, it was in my hierarchy, it was LeBron, Jordan, then Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, after I watched that, it went Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Like LeBron went down to 3. I fell in love with Kobe in that.
Kobe's the man.
Kobe is that team. Yeah, man.
Interesting. No documentaries.
Not it's Redeem Team, the Big Mac one where the guy ate pretty much a Big Mac every day. Yeah, on IG. Yeah, that one. The McDonald's one, Redeem Team, and 2 episodes of Tiger King, and 1.5 episodes of Tiger King.
So, well, I don't know. This segment, we got talking about some interesting stuff. So cruises and documentaries.
Yeah, because The Godfather Part 2 is so good, and it's so long.
The third one's not great though.
Haven't seen it.
Carla's like blown away. Like, come on, how many people are going Godfather 3? That's my favorite of them all.
No, I haven't seen it. Because they're 1 and 2. Hey, Toy Story 3 is phenomenal, and there is 1 and 2.
Right.
Okay, but Revenge of the third episode 3 is better than episode 1 and 2. Because Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones kind of sucked.
What about Jar Jar Binks? Can we talk Jar Jar Binks?
Doesn't deserve all the hate. I'm going to give him that. He doesn't deserve all the hate. He doesn't deserve all the hate.
It's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff on the other side. Maybe we'll hear some of the sound that we have today.
Maybe we'll talk
Maybe
football.
Talk about something that's on this list.
Maybe we'll talk
I don't know.
football.
I'm having fun talking about all this other stuff now.
The Dolphin season is over. Life is over. I don't care. We'll
still
talk
haven't
about
named
whatever.
our show. Will and Lewis. It's a lot of L's.
Will Lewis.
Will Lewis.
Just one word. Will Lewis.
Will Lewis. This is football. Will Lewis. I like it. Paulie.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we need a name for the show. I saw
all the Redeem Team.
What's wrong with the Redeem Team?
All the fucking great documentaries. The Redeem Team is the one that you saw.
I'm gonna ask you this question, and I want you to answer it honestly. No matter what you came in saying, I want you to answer it honestly. 2 questions. Have you seen the Redeem Team?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Fuck off! It's good. It is good.
It's all right. The whole idea of the Redeem Team is a ridiculously stupid ass idea. Number one, the only reason why they lost the Olympics before that is because the top 12 American players aren't on the fucking basketball team. That's it. That's the only reason why. It's not like all of a sudden 3 Hall of Fame coaches that are all coaching on that team forgot how to fucking coach. And oh, by the way, Mike Krzyzewski is the one who's coaching the very same team when he played in the World Basketball Championships and lost there as well. He didn't suddenly all of a sudden realize how to coach in those 2 years. Maybe all of these other teams that we're playing are actual teams that play together for fucking years, and these guys just got together like last Tuesday. Maybe you need the top 12 players in the NBA to annihilate those guys because they're that much better than those guys on the other side of the basketball court. But the Redeem Team, be a dick. The reason why they lost the Olympics is because you had 3 Hall of Famers on it, and that's it. All the other guys were kids.
But Kobe's so good.
Kobe's Kobe. I mean, yeah, it's a cool story, but I mean, that's about it.
Dude, he woke up and then
Oh
everyone
my
was going home from
God.
clubbing and he
The
was
Redeem
away.
Team. I thought that was like the dumbest ass fucking. And get out of here with that bull crap.
Dude, everyone comes home from clubbing and he's going to the gym, and that changed the mentality. And he tells, I'm going to run through Pau Gasol. It's my brother, but I'm going to run. And he does. That's cool. So you're saying they get better than that in sports docs?
Yes, they're way better than sports documentaries.
There's some good ones.
The one that I feel bad I haven't seen is the U. That's one that I feel
The
like
U is
I
actually
haven't seen.
okay. It's not that the U Part 2 is actually better than the U. The
Broke.
U Part 2 is actually a better documentary than the U.
Broke was a good one.
Broke is a good one.
Are we just saying Billy Corbin once?
No,
He did Broke, right?
he did do Broke.
I
But
didn't see it.
Dark Days, like I said, about the homeless people living in subway tunnels.
Pony Excess.
Which one?
The Pony Excess.
Yes, that's a
That's
good one.
that's a good
About
one.
SMU.
But SMU.
What?
There's one called, I can't remember the date, like June 10th, 1994.
Yeah.
Whatever the date was that like
The
the King riots happened.
yeah.
Or OJ, Chase. There was like a bunch of different events that happened that
All
day.
happened that day. Yeah.
And they just showed like the film clips, like in order for 2 hours. Or like the newsreel clips.
Why am I going to watch that?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, it's awesome.
There's not
It
even,
takes
like-
you through the day. It
amazing.
takes you through the day.
Yeah, it's wild.
It takes you through the day.
Ah, it's totally cool. The
Right?
Redeem
I
Team.
can't believe.
Wow.
Documentaries.
I also saw the Super Size Me.
That's a
Because you had to.
Because I had to.
You had to.
I didn't want to.
Hoop Dreams is one of the single greatest basketball
Dreams
movie
is
ever.
amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Taking those kids, and like at the end
my
when
God.
when he's doing the one-on-one against Isaiah.
Yeah.
Oh my
right?
God. No,
It's amazing.
And that's a documentary?
Yeah. They followed these 2 kids for like 12 years. From like children to like college.
Wow.
Trying to make it as basketball players in Chicago.
Did any of them?
No.
Damn, they bet. Imagine how cool it would have been if they found, like, they did that
Right.
in.
They actually, yeah.
Imagine they did that in Akron.
But like their families, like they were broke. You know, broke growing up in like inner city Chicago and like trying to make it. Great movie. All right, we're back on Football Fridays. We're taking your suggestions for documentaries that Lewis can put on his list.
His Netflix list.
I'm not gonna watch them. I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't watch documentaries.
I feel like as an artist, documentaries, man. Like,
No, as an artist, as an actor, I like seeing people act. That might be it. You may have just hit the nail on the head.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
I love watching a good performance. I love watching a good acting performance. And there's none of those in documentaries because it's just real life.
Yeah, but that's people living their lives. Living real. I mean, I'm not going to watch like the Real Housewives or anything like that, but
dude, Jersey Shore. Oh, does Jersey Shore count as a documentary?
Like a film.
I guess Jersey Shore is semi-documentary.
I love Jersey Shore. I did. I used
your favorite Jersey Shore?
Pauly.
Man, that hair.
I love Pauly D.
The hair is wild.
Such good hair. Always in the gym, just DJing. He
Tan Laundry, is that right?
Like Mike the Situation. Yeah, GTL, Jim Tan Laundry. Mike the Situation getting caught up in tax fraud. Vinny was just a kid. Ran with the drama with Samantha. Pauly was always just, hey, I'm a good time. And that's why I like Pauly D.
Selling shirts on the boardwalk.
Dude, DJ Pauly, dude, I love that show. I'm going to watch
I remember, I grew up in Philly, and I used to spend my summers at the Jersey Shore. Not there in Asbury, but further south in Atlantic City and Ocean City and stuff.
Oh, because the shore is long.
Yes. Okay. So it's hundreds of miles long. So, but watching that show, I knew those people. Like when I was growing up down the shore, yeah,
you
man,
knew
you know those people.
You knew the Guidos.
Yeah, like you see those people, and you're just like, oh my god, it's amazing. Just seeing it, like experiencing it on TV, and like people realizing what the Jersey Shore was about, like seeing it, and you're just like, oh, this is awesome.
Would you say that is the primary demo of the Jersey Shore?
No, I mean, listen, there's a lot of families that go down there, and there's a lot of like. My grandparents used to live in Margate, which is just outside Atlantic City, and there's huge homes over there, like rich people living on the beach and stuff. But also like all those little shore towns during the summer, dude, groups of kids just renting houses for the summer, and it's just lunacy in these houses. Like people that I went to high school with, they'd be like 10 deep in a house, like 5 bedrooms, all summer long. They'd be working at pizza places on the boardwalk, and we'd be getting hammered every night, just living at the beach.
Jim Tan Laundry.
It was amazing.
Dude, I wish. Problem is I lived in Miami, and so we were just already here.
Yeah, you're already doing it, right? Same thing, exactly.
I remember prom night, we had like 2 after parties that we went. There was like a main one,
yeah, and
then there was like another one that other people went to, and that other one was like the only reason people went there was because the year that they filmed Jersey Shore in Miami. Whatever hotel they were staying at was where this party was. And I remember we went straight there after prom, and we're like, nah, we're going to go to the mansion on the beach. And then we went to the mansion. Dude, some kid, like, look, I went to Ferguson, so it was like either your parents gave you a brand new Mercedes or BMW, or you were like me and you inherited your grandpa's 1997 Ford Windstar, which is a 3-door minivan. And so I just like, my thing was I'm always going to put myself in the right spots. So I made friends with the rich kids.
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't like they weren't private school snotty. And I know what private school snotty is now that my daughter's in private school. It's the freaking worst. But dude, it's someone's dad was like, yeah, I'll rent you guys the house on Lido, on the water and the canal. It wasn't on the beach. It was like the back led to the bay.
Right.
In Lido. You know where Lido is?
I've heard.
Yeah, on Venetian Causeway.
Okay.
Dude, we ended up breaking that house. And so I remember like there was like 5 of us that like that Monday they skipped school because they were like putting up drywall, like trying to fix everything to get the deposit back. We didn't get the deposit back, but I didn't put any money down, so it's okay.
Somehow we were just partying in hotel rooms. Like we just rent out a bunch of hotel rooms, just go there and just party.
The move used to be the Miccosukee because the Miccosukee you could put cash as your down payment.
Yeah.
And so it didn't matter, like they couldn't charge you for having a party and like charge you because they never had your card information. You just, sorry, we'll give you the money for the night.
There's a place when I was growing up in Philly, everybody knew about the Alpine. You go to the Alpine Inn, they didn't care. You go in there with a keg, 14-year-old guys carrying around a party ball. They'd be like, sure, you're on the 2nd floor.
You know what? There's another good one.
Amazing.
The Executive.
Ooh, nice.
It's usually used for other things, usually used by the hour by other people, but hey, you could use it for a party.
The beds vibrate, you put some coins in there.
I did some ads for the Executive Hotel and it's in the air when you walk in. So like we're doing skits, but you can smell the you're inhaling bodily fluids. And then they're like, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if you guys got in the hot tub and did it like part of the skit in the hot tub? I'm like, No. And then they're like, no. We want you to do it in the hot tub. So we have footage of me and Red in the hot tub.
That's amazing.
I don't think we turned the water on.
I would hope not.
Yeah, I sat in the hot tub.
That's awesome.
I did. I hope they cleaned it. Like, no, brother, it's clean. We sanitized. I'm like, I hope so. I hope so. Bro, let's talk football.
So Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, those are the two QBs that everybody's got their eye on, I feel like, this weekend.
It's going to be the best game of the weekend.
It's going to be really good. Two really good teams battling it out in the cold weather. We got some sound. What do you want to hear first, Lamar or Josh Allen?
I want to hear Lamar.
All right. Let's hear that sound from Lamar Jackson talking this week to the media.
His uniqueness of just making things happen when plays break down. Strong arm. Can make any throw on the field. Definitely.
Yeah, Lamar, how can you describe his vibe, excitement going into, against Bills?
The same as last week. I feel like our guys just locked in. Playoff atmosphere is pretty much serious around the building. Our guys we've been joking, but like not that much. Guys just locked in because, like I said, a lot of us was here last year and we know like what's at stake for us.
Lamar, it's supposed to be even colder in Buffalo than it was last weekend here. What will you do to manage that?
Hopefully we have some heaters on the sideline. Bigger jacket, probably. I got to talk to Kaneko to see what he got going on. Equipment guys, they pretty much do a great job though, so we should be good.
But you don't do gloves under any circumstance.
No. I tried it in practice. I was horrible. Leave that up to Teddy, two gloves. Teddy Bridgewater. Shout out to Teddy.
That was great. Love you. Shout out to Teddy, who might be the backup quarterback. He was an emergency last week, but he might be the backup this week for the Lions.
I would have put him in for the Dolphins.
Yeah, right. There was I saw a story in USA Today yesterday talking about Teddy Bridgewater going from high school state champion back to the Lions, and I'm like, why didn't you follow our show? We talked about it all the time.
Yeah, USA Today.
Come on.
You're more like USA Yesterday. USA Yesterday's news.
Lamar there started off talking about Josh Allen. I think the pressure's on both of those guys this weekend. Obviously, neither of them have won the big thing. You can win division championships, you can win MVPs, but until you win that ring, nobody cares.
It's so weird how the Chiefs are 15-1,
mm-hmm.
but this is a team this is the iteration of that Chiefs that seems the most beatable. Like at least,
yeah.
Maybe not to the Dolphins, and it sucks, but like their brujeria, their santeria would beat us, even if it didn't take that much, because they'd probably blow us out. But I think the Bills and the Jacksons and the Ravens, I think those are two good teams that can outpower the santeria that the Chiefs have, and whichever team wins that game could go to Arrowhead and win. I truly believe against this Chiefs team, as good as 15-1 sounds, 16-1.
I saw
15-2.
They said before that the Chiefs are working on like 24 days off. They're starters.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time to not play football.
Dude, that's why I'm saying the Texans defense is going to come at them.
You look at what happened in the preseason with the Dolphins. None of the starters played any of those preseason games except for, one series with two or whatever it was. Like their first game against the Jaguars was their preseason, getting back up to game speed for the Chiefs and all of these things coming into the game. Like, yeah, sure, you're practicing every week, but it's obviously not like playing a game, and you haven't played in more than 3 weeks. I can't think that helps them.
I think they're putting too much faith in their Santeria Brujeria. I think they are. I really do. And I think, man, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I will put my mortgage, if I could get pre-approved for one, on the Texans.
No teams have gone back to back to back, right?
No, there's never been a 3-peat in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think that at some point they falter.
Right?
Why not this week?
Unless they're the first team to do it.
You might be convincing me. Might be changing my tune.
You might want to open up that Hard Rock app because
Hard Rock bet has been killing me.
Dude, I stopped.
Killing me. I know, me too. I've
got $12 in there that I'm never gonna see again. I'm either gonna lose it or just never touch it. But I like that I have money in that app right now, and I don't want to lose it.
So mine's red. Bet it. It's just red zeros.
A lot of red, huh?
A lot of red.
Same.
So much red.
Dude, I'll tell you, one advantage because they even asked Lamar about the heat, the cold.
Yeah.
That because Buffalo's going to be as cold as last year Kansas City was. They're at least practicing in the north.
Yeah, Baltimore can get cold.
So I know it's not -4.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't see that as a big enough storyline as it was for Miami going to the -9 degrees.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like that, like you can crank up the AC as much as you want. I think McDaniel even said the coldest it can get is like 55. So there's no sense. There's no preparing for Miami unless you go there, spend the week there and practice.
Yeah.
Whereas Baltimore, practice outside.
Lamar's always got that headscarf on.
Practice outside. Was it a shiesty? Yeah, it's called a shiesty.
Is that what it is?
It's called a shiesty.
I don't know. Yeah,
Dude, I'm young. I'm young and hip. I don't know if they told you.
I'm not.
I'm young.
He wears those things all the time. You know, he's prepared for the cold. I don't think it bothers him. And a guy like Derrick Henry, like I feel like those running backs, guys like him, they eat that up. He's going to be out there short sleeves. You know, he's out there short sleeves, ready to go.
Yeah, that to me is where this game, because I trust if we're just putting 2 versus 2, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry versus Josh Allen, James Cook.
Yeah.
I'll put my money on Derrick Henry.
Could you imagine being frozen cold and Derrick Henry is going to run into you?
Because it doesn't matter to Derrick Henry.
No, he's just going to hit the crap out of you and it's going to hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, this game might be over by the third quarter. It might be one of those. It might be a 2-score game.
Running over him. Who knows?
It might be, but again, it might be Josh Allen running over you. James Cook, like this game could be over by the third quarter because of the crazy weather. The one thing is both teams are more prepared for it,
right? As
opposed to just the one team last year.
Not prepared for it.
Not prepared at all.
I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? They were never prepared to play in any sort of cold-ish weather.
We're talking about the Dolphins now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't suck. They're great. We love them. And yeah, they suck. They suck in the cold.
Just not good. You want to hear this the Josh Allen sounds?
Yeah, let's play some Josh Allen sounds.
He started talking about earlier this season when they got stomped by the Ravens.
I feel like we've grown quite a bit since that game. Obviously learned a lot from those moments. Going back and watching it obviously wasn't our best effort. Felt like we didn't play our best football. But again, they got a really good team too. That they're playing this week for a reason. Their defense the last really 8 to 10 weeks has been superb. Their offense is fantastic as well. They got a lot of studs over there, led by Lamar obviously, and it's a tough team to play regardless.
Josh, whether it's right or wrong, the focus is going to be you against Lamar, and that's just unavoidable. It's the world we live in. How do you handle all that crazy hype because it is a team game, but it's going to be you against him?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the history of football, I've never really played against another quarterback. I've played against their defense, and just taking it one day at a time, trying to have a good week of practice, and then controlling what I can control. And it's attitude and effort, and it's how we come out here and just try to put our best foot forward and try to execute on Sunday.
Do you relish the chance, though, to go head-to-head with a great quarterback like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why you play this game, is to be in moments like these. And our team, we're extremely happy and blessed to be playing and continue playing this game. And again, we're just trying to find a way to go 1-0.
I'm looking at my I got my times and dates wrong here. So
What's
that
up?
game, the Bills-Ravens, that's Sunday night at 7.
That's the last game of the weekend.
That's what it says. Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah. I got my days mixed up. Tomorrow is Texans, Chiefs, Commanders, Lions. Sundays, Rams, Eagles, Ravens, Bills. I have it written down wrong here on my format, but
Yeah, that makes more sense because those are better games.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
But it's interesting that first game that the Ravens and Bills played, the Bills were undefeated going into that game. They were 3-0. It was week 4, I guess, September 29th of last year. Ravens beat them 35-10.
That's what I need to see. Where was it?
In Baltimore.
Okay.
So
a little bit of a revenge thing going on. Now we're playing you in our place.
Yeah.
I don't. The Bills are so nasty, and the Bills are just like that. They're just such a physical team, and I know the Ravens with Derrick Henry, they've become a very physical team. But man, like I don't. It's going to be hard to beat Josh Allen. I just hope whoever wins from this game plays the Texans. That's all I want. I don't want to see.
No
the
Chiefs.
I don't want to see the Chiefs get out of the divisional round. I just really don't, man. I don't.
I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, tomorrow too. Chiefs in the first game of the weekend. That's interesting that they put them in that first game.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
They lose tomorrow, then it's like, all right, then all the teams playing. It's like, hey, we got a chance.
Hey, we might make it to the Super Bowl.
Right. Might actually do this.
Is it weird that when I'm comparing Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, they're not the same guy to me.
No,
right?
not at all. They're completely different players, I feel like.
Like, so the reporter that's
funny.
like trying to bait him into like, oh, you versus Lamar, which by the way, I hate when quarterbacks, I never play against a quarterback. Yeah, you do. Shut up. You're
Right,
playing
that's
against
all
them.
anybody cares about.
I hate you so much when you say that.
But they are similar in some ways. I mean, obviously they both run, they both move around. Lamar a little more than Josh Allen, but still they can both move out of the pocket. They both can throw the ball.
They're both, but to me, I see them like Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. You know, like Lamar is fast.
Yeah.
And he's shifty.
Yeah.
Like, if he wanted to play receiver, he'd be an all-pro. If he wanted to play running back, he'd be an all-pro.
I mean, I guess Josh Allen's a little more
And Josh
built than
Allen
him.
is like when I compare Josh Allen and James Cook to Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, Josh Allen is the Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And James Cook is the Lamar Jackson, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing when people try to put them together. Yeah, they're both mobile quarterbacks and they both make amazing plays on their legs. And I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
With all that cold, it's going to be hard to throw the ball consistently. Which quarterback and running back duo can dominate more? As much as I think the Bills are going to win, I now that I'm saying it like that in my head, I'm convincing myself, put my money on the Ravens.
I like it. See, you convinced me about the Texans and now convinced you about the Ravens. There we go.
I'm with the Ravens. I'm on
Changing
Ravens.
minds.
Look at us.
The Bob Ross documentary. You didn't watch that?
What is that? The painter?
Yeah.
No, I could watch him on YouTube. Why would I watch a documentary of a guy that does documentaries of himself?
It was amazing. It was really good.
That's like watching a documentary.
They exploited the man.
What?
Oh,
What?
yeah. Totally taken advantage of. All that Bob Ross stuff that you see, his family, nobody makes a dime off it except these people that owned his.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
Oh, see for the
Now you're
scandal.
in.
For the scandal, I might be into that
You're
documentary.
in.
I do love a good scandal.
Yeah. So anyway.
You know, I never even watched the McDonald's movie. The one with Batman, Michael Keaton.
McDonald's movie with Batman? Which one was
Michael
that?
Keaton made a McDonald's movie called The Founder.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that because it felt like too much of a documentary. A docudrama?
This is too real.
Nah.
Spinal Tap?
No. Spinal Tap? The movie?
Yeah, it's a mockumentary. How about The Office?
The Office and Parks and Rec.
There you
Office
go.
and Parks and
Perfect.
Rec. I'll give those credit. I do love those.
All right, how can you watch The Office and Parks and Rec and not Spinal Tap?
I've never because I'm young.
Spinal Tap's good.
Is it Spinal Tap older?
It
Like
is,
from the
yeah,
80s,
yeah.
90s?
Christopher Guest, Rob Reiner. Yeah, it's like 84 or something. Yeah.
Hey,
Good.
if it's not a documentary, I'll watch it.
Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years. Have you seen that? I know Carlos probably has it.
Sounds
in
like a
his
Monty
phone.
Python trailer.
Oh, it was
Or
amazing.
title.
Anyway.
Is it Monty Python?
No.
No.
No, it's about metal bands in the 80s and somebody did a documentary about, and some of these dudes are a disaster.
I don't need to see all those drugs. I don't need to see all the drugs. I can just go to space.
The guy from Wasp, the guitarist from Wasp, Chris something, I can't remember his last name at the moment.
Holmes.
But Chris Holmes, there you go. See, I told you Carlos knew.
I'll go to,
He was a mess in that movie.
I'll go to 11 and see that trailer.
There you go.
That's at 11. I see all the drugs and madness. That's fine.
That's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff. This is Football Fridays.
Fox Sports 940 weather.
We continue on our day with partly cloudy.
All right. Commercial break. All right.
One thing with repeats, you always have to remember, and it's really the issue why repeats don't happen. That after a while, especially after you get past that second one, those teams like the Bills and the Ravens, they're not being made to do well in the playoffs or to go to a Super Bowl. They're being made to beat you. Like they're literally lining up their team to beat you because you are the wall that keeps getting in their way. So no matter what they're doing in the season, This team has now been assembled and has been working on trying to beat your ass for like the past year. So if one of them runs into them, that's the thing. Like, you know, time and time again, keep beating up against this fucking wall. I'm gonna take you down, and that's essentially what it is. They can be 15-1, but they're no longer playing games like everybody else is. Like every single time that they go out there, it's a Super Bowl because every team wants to take them down. Like every team wants to take the Chiefs down.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are no longer playing regular season football games. It's these playing. Essentially, all you have to ask yourself now is when they get to that game, how much wear and tear do they got by the time they get there? Like, do they have enough wear and tear that it could take them down, or do they have not enough wear and tear where they can survive? That was the whole thing with the Patriots. Like the Patriots, like wear and tear after a while, you know, you just start to beat them down, and then pretty much, yeah, they finally fucking, you know, snap at some point. But that's the issue with the Chiefs now. Like the Chiefs could have had like 5 losses this year. Doesn't matter. Once they get into the playoffs, you still have to like take them down.
Yeah.
And they obviously know how to fucking win. So.
Yeah, man, I fucking hate that shit about like you know what I hate? You know what I hate? And this is not on the topic of the Chiefs, but it may be because of that sustained, consistent winning in the playoffs. I saw, I think it was the Commanders game that they were showing that the NFC East hasn't had a consecutive winner in forever.
Like 25 years or something.
Like what? Like, and the AFC East has 2 winners.
Yeah,
right.
From forever.
Right.
Like it's so weird. Like, why did we get stuck in this conference? Like, if we were in the AFC South,
I was just gonna say, right?
We'd fucking, and we're the southernmost team.
Right. That's it, man.
Dude, but yeah, like
they want to keep those classic rivalries alive.
Oh, fuck, the players don't give a shit about rivalries anymore either.
No, they don't.
Yeah, the Dolphins are always going to be fucked.
Signs to signal plays on the sidelines. Can I get my head on one of those signs to signal plays on the sidelines? Absolutely. We don't use a sign, but I'll find something. Can I get my head on?
See? Yo's me.
You gotta go. We gotta go to Media Week,
right?
Or Media Row. What is it? Radio Row.
Radio Row.
We're the only live show.
Nah. I don't think so.
I knew where that question was going. Yeah, we gotta go to Radio Row. We're the only live show on this station. Like we get the credentials, they just won't pay for us to go there.
Right, we just have to get there. I am gonna put in for F1, yeah. Okay. This is Football Fridays. I'm Will Altoff. That's Luis Diaz.
We're all over the place tonight, but I'm enjoying this conversation. It's just like
because I know there's football still going on, and
Yeah.
it's great football that's still going on. But the Dolphins season
not our
ended,
football.
so it's like, who cares?
I know, right? It's just like, yeah, I'll watch it.
Are we
but-
still simulcasted in Orlando?
No.
No, you see, like
No.
Dolphin season's over. This show's over.
Well, the iteration of the show, as we
Yeah,
mentioned, we're probably going to continue this thing past football season.
So Football Fridays died, but out of the ashes,
Yes, comes
something we don't know yet.
Sports Fridays.
Sports Fridays.
Will Lewis.
Will Lewis is the Will Lewis show. The Will
Sounds
Lewis
too
show.
much like Will Levis.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that.
but we can get a Mayo sponsor off an accident.
Somebody called Dukes.
He's
Dukes or Hellmans?
He's got Hellmans. We get Dukes.
Yeah, I think I've had Dukes once. Dukes is all right.
I've had
I'm a
great
Hellmann's
value.
person, though. Okay.
Great value is great,
Oh, let
and
me
it's
tell
a
ya.
great value.
The Walmart pickup. It's my favorite thing in the world.
The Kendall location, not a good
Really?
good system they got going on. You'll wait. You're either in and out,
Yeah.
like the guy's out there waiting for you,
Yeah.
or you'll tell him where you're parked, and he'll walk by your car 8 times. And like that's my thing, because I see it's one bag. I can see exactly what my wife ordered in the bag.
Yeah.
But I'm scared. Maybe someone else ordered the one thing. My wife's not
With your name on it.
Yeah, I can't see my name. But after 8 times, like, what you looking for? And he's like, Laura Gomez, and that's my wife's maiden name. Laura Gomez. I was like, babe, did you use your? Yeah, it's Gomez. That's me. And he looks at me like, because you know Cubans are very conservative, so he sees me with a woman's name. He's like, you are Laura Gomez? I'm like, no, that's my esposa, that's my wife. It's like, oh. And your name is Gomez? Because I'm telling him Luis Diaz, like it's a whole thing. Yeah, it's never good. But yeah,
I rocked the one in Hollywood at
They speak English over there?
Pines and 441. Yeah.
See, that's why I need to move to America.
The one in Miramar on University and Pembroke Road, it's a little slower. This one over here in Pines, super good. And a few times the guys have complimented my car when they come out. It's like, man, you got a nice car. Like,
oh,
thanks, guys. Put the stuff in the trunk.
That's real sweet.
Like, I don't know if they work for tips. I always feel weird too. Like, do they work for tips? I'm sure they would accept tips.
Who do you
right?
tip? Do you? Because I've had this conversation with people. Like,
if I'm sitting down at a restaurant, I will tip.
Tip the server.
If somebody's bringing food to my house, I will tip.
Okay.
But if I'm going to pick up, nah.
Do you tip? Do you have your car washed or do you wash your own car?
I wash my own car.
Oh, never mind.
I do the $4 gnarly wash at the gas station. The water's disgusting.
I had a conversation with someone because this guy was washing me and my buddy's car, and I went to tip the guy, and he's like, "Why are you tipping the guy?" I'm like, "Because you tip the car wash guy." He's like, "No, you don't."
Yeah.
And so I thought I did. Do you tip your barber?
Yes.
You tip your barber?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got to go. My hair's getting too long.
No, it looks perfect.
Nah, the gray comes out too much when it's all like growing out.
It looks handsome. You look like a skinny George Clooney,
airline pilot or something.
Yeah, the mustache does give pilot vibes. It does give pilot vibes. I'm not gonna lie.
I was working on the Versace show that they filmed down here.
Yeah,
I was working background on that.
You
I
were
was
an extra?
a cop.
Oh hell yeah!
And I had the mustache. Because I had a beard, right? So I had a beard, and I show up on set, and they're like, "Hey, you can't have the beard. It's not time. It doesn't fit the time period." I was like, "Mustache?" They were like, "Absolutely." So I shave, and I'm standing out there.
Do they have a razor there?
No, I think I brought one because I knew, like, I carried one because I knew that sometimes I got screwed on the show in LA where I would have had lines. But I showed up with a beard and it wasn't time period, right?
Damn, bro.
So I learned, carry the razor, shave, and now everybody sees me wearing this cop outfit while we're getting ready to film. And they're like, "Are you really a cop?" And I'm like, "No, I just have a mustache. What is wrong with you?"
No.
No.
I just have a stash, dude. Relax.
So dumb.
That's funny, though. That's funny.
I don't know how we got here.
Talking about tipping.
Oh, right. Tipping the barber. Yeah.
Do you tip? All right. So if like you go to Starbucks or like you go to a coffee shop and they got a tip jar, do you tip?
No. I mean, I probably should now that you're saying that, but no. I mean, I don't get a lot of Starbucks. And if I do, it's probably through the drive-thru.
Yeah, you're not going to tip that.
Nah.
Do you? All right. So like if you're going to pick up food.
Yeah. No tip.
You don't tip?
No.
That's crazy. I hate it. I hate it because they look at me.
I got no shame. I don't care.
So here's my problem. I not to brag, but I'm pretty well known in the Cuban community.
I believe it.
And so when I go to Sergio's for a coffee and a pastelito or just a coffee, because now I'm skinny, and I just get my coffee and I pay for it with the card, and they give me the screen that says tip 18, 20, 22, 3,800%, million%. I'm scared that they know me. And so I always leave a tip when I've been told by restaurateurs, if you are standing to order your food and they're handing it to you from over a counter, you don't have to tip.
Right.
I still do.
I custom tip and push in 0.
Like, I watch custom. This is going to be good for you.
Yeah.
0, 0, 0.
How you like that?
Look at all those
I mean, I grew up in restaurants. My grandfather owned restaurants. And I know that some of those people like putting the food together, but like, that's not how I operate. If I'm going to pick up the food,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, like the guy at a deli, he doesn't live on tips like a server does.
Right, but sometimes those servers put together the to-go orders. You know what I mean? So I am conflicted at times. Believe me. Like I said, I grew up in restaurants. I've seen people serve tables and get stiffed on tips, and it's the worst. But like, I don't know. If I'm picking up my food, I'm not tipping you. If I'm tipping you, you're serving me. You're giving me the service, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
give me I want everything.
You throw the food in the box and you hand it to me. That's one thing. But if you're bringing me drinks and you're pretending like we're friends, so you get a bigger tip, like I'll give you some cash.
You earned it there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. You
So this weekend, some big games.
You want to talk football? Yeah.
And we were talking about the Ravens Bills game that's happening Sunday night. The other game, we haven't talked much about that Rams Eagles game. I don't know what to make of the Eagles because there seems to be so much infighting. And I know you posted something about the AJ Brown book the other day that he was reading on the sideline or whatever.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Blew up.
As soon as that book title came out, I'm surprised I'm the only one that I saw do that.
Yeah.
Because like I haven't seen anyone post it. But yeah, as soon as the title came out, I went into Amazon to look for it because I was like, oh, I'm about to finish my book. Maybe I'll buy this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I scrolled down to the bottom just to like see, and it was like number 500,000 in books, number 3,800 something in sports books.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a popular book. That was at night because it was a night game. That was when that book came out. First thing I did in the morning, I took a screenshot of it. I posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
First thing I did the next morning is I was like, oh, let me see what it is now. It was number one across the board.
It's insane.
It was the number one book.
It's crazy.
I couldn't buy it because it was sold out.
It's wild how some of this stuff takes off.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know if anyone knew, but like the way my brain works, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
If not number one book, I knew everyone in Philly was going to buy it, and every sports fan was going to buy it because, you know, everyone's looking for self-help and how to become a better version of themselves, and that's what the book's all about. It's called Inner Excellence. And dude, now I got to go to the screenshots because I want to give you the
It was up like 52 million% or something, right?
It was, yeah. So in books in general,
yeah,
it was number 552,709. Okay, and there wasn't in the thousands. Sorry, in sports psychology, it was number 512. Which, let's be real, how many sports psychology books are there? It can't be number like
right.
512 is a lot. Like it's not. It was not a well-selling book. Number 28 in sports science was its highest ranking. Next day, number one in books, which obviously means number one in everything else.
It's crazy.
It was the number one book the very next day.
You know, it's that mob mentality. Speaking of Philly, how about that guy who was going nuts at the Packers fan?
But how much time do we have in this?
Posted that video. Well, you know what? Let's come back on the other side. We'll come back on the other side and we'll talk about that video here on Football Fridays.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Traffic Center.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747.
Did you guys, if you're watching, I know there's 0 people here. It's no matter if you're one of the 1 people here, 2 people here, I'm talking to you, unless you got to go, and then that's totally fine. But if you're here and you're a sports fan, did you see the Eagles fan that got like his life ruined because he was a piece of shit? If you did, let me know, because that shit was crazy. And I went to Philly to watch a game last year. Dog, I'm not surprised at all. The only thing that surprised me in this story was that this guy was one of those DEI motherfuckers, you know, like the diversity, equity, inclusion people. And so he's supposed to be woke and nice and inclusive. But we all know that some of the most inclusive people are the least inclusive. So that's whatever. It's not my battle. If you haven't seen it, this guy just berates a woman just because she's in the other team's jersey, the Packers jersey. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts. Like calling her like a cunt, calling her a fucking bitch, like all that shit, just because she's wearing a Packers jersey. She was unreal. It was unreal. Like people still talk like that. Like I thought we just say that when people aren't listening. Just kidding. Haha. Haha, jokes. Oh, jokes. Yeah, we're talking about the Philly fan. If you're just tuning in, I've seen a couple numbers come up. And we're talking about the Philly fan that went viral last weekend. If you've seen it, let me know. If you haven't seen it, we're gonna talk about it on the air because I have my own story of what happened when I went to Philly. Very similar, very, very similar.
Miami Dolphins play here. Fox Sports 940.
He disrespected the very idea of what sports is, man. Bro, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It was awful. Just like, I don't know why people in this day and age think they can get away with things like that anymore.
It's and we'll talk about it on the air, but like, yeah, like, oh, Casper, if you're still on, this is your fan. This is your fan. Oh, well.
And we're back on Football Fridays. Will Altoff and Luis Diaz taking you up until 6 o'clock. And last segment, oh, there you go. There's the Eagles. We're talking about this Eagles fan, Ryan Caldwell.
You found his name?
Well, I saw all the stuff online about him. I was following the whole thing.
Dude, I can't believe his name got out. Thank God.
Vigilante Justice. Dude, they found his LinkedIn page. They were posting all that info, like everything.
Look, bro. If you, by the way, if you're listening, if you're tuned in on Instagram and you've never heard this story, this Eagles fan just berates, because the game was in Philly. Eagles versus Packers was in Philly. And this Eagles fan just berating this poor woman and her husband, but not even the husband, because, you know, weak men don't do men do weak things.
It was all pointed at the woman.
And he was just berating this poor woman for wearing a Packers jersey. Her husband was next to her wearing a Packers jersey. He wasn't talking to her. He's just a weak man targeting a woman because I'm man and I'm superior. So, like, it was such a you don't expect to see it. A very surprising sight for the year 2025.
In this day and age.
Bipolar Superstar 509 on Instagram disrespected the very idea of what sports is. Made me sick.
That's it.
Honestly, it made me sick too, bro.
100%.
It was disgusting to watch. This guy calling her a "see you next Tuesday," a B word, like it was.
I love when the internet performs social justice.
Dude, they found him.
They found that guy, and it's over.
What I love about the Eagles is you don't have to be an Eagles fan to know who Big Dom is. If you are a football fan, you know who Big Dom is. So if you're not a football fan, Big Dom is the Eagles' head of security. He's always on the sidelines. He's like their second mascot besides the actual bird. And I love that the Eagles. Someone tweeted out the Eagles and Big Dom found the identity of this person. They've been banned from the link for life, which is great. I was like, that is awesome. This guy shouldn't be around other sports fans because he's ruining the experience for even Eagles fans. He's ruining it for them.
100%.
Then I saw he got fired from his job, which look, man, he had a DEI job, diversity, equity, and what's that last word? Inclusion? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Inclusion is this one, is inclusion. And he couldn't even include a Packers fan? No, he berated her, used the most sexist language.
The worst.
Dude, and like, look, I know, buddy. Look, man, I've been a comedian for a while. I know a lot of big name comics. A couple of them, cancel culture rang on their door, and it's like, man, like, It's weird to see, especially someone like their whole career taken down because of, in some cases, a very innocent mistake. In other cases, just one mess up that they should never have done. And so, like, I see cancel culture. I'm like, damn, like it sucks for my buddies who like lost their life because they've really changed. Like, the guy I know is a good guy that would never do that. 20 years ago, he made a big screw up, and he's getting canceled for it now. That sucks. But the guy I know has definitely matured and grown from there. So it was a weird thing when cancel culture came around. This guy, lose your job.
Yeah.
Lose your job.
He's a grown up
dude.
Like, the stuff he was saying, it's not the first time he was saying that stuff.
Oh no. And this is what we were talking about before the show, right? That it's 2025.
Bro,
you need to be acting.
come on.
It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not.
Everywhere.
You need to act at all times as if there's a camera on you. Do you want to know why you need to act like that? Because there's usually a freaking camera on you.
There's 5 cameras in this studio. Do we know which ones are on?
I do.
There's well, yeah.
I do,
There's
'cause I'm
cameras outside. There's cameras
Yes.
in the hallway. There's cameras in the building.
You-
There's cameras on the streets.
In 2025, you always have a camera on you. And not to mention, if you're making a scene, now you've got twice as many on you.
Man, everybody's pulling out their cameras.
So
Everybody
this-
wants to get that old world star.
This guy is screaming all this stuff. Brother, you have to know that your life is over.
That's it, man.
Like also, like, what is she doing? She wasn't being rude.
Nothing. She was just sitting.
She was
there.
sitting there in a jersey, and you decide to attack her honor, her as a human being.
Yeah.
Super messed up. Like, I'm so happy he got fired. Dude, I love the irony that he worked as a diversity, equity, and inclusion consultant.
I'm pretty sure he was a he them on their on his LinkedIn profile.
He, them, just if you've got them in your pronouns,
To look again.
honestly, if you use pronouns, you've got to be the most equitable and inclusive person in the world. Which means if a Packers fan, if I use pronouns and a Jets fan asked me for a hug, I'd have to give him one. That's why I don't use pronouns. Because I like hating people.
Now I'm trying to see it. I can't find his profile. You'll find it. No, he just sat there and filmed the thing. The husband filmed it. And he was making comments, but at the same time, like, people online were saying, what are you going to do? You're going to stand up. This guy's there with, people he knows. You're there by yourself with your wife. Who knows? All these people around you could start ganging up on you.
He made a business decision to not get, like, I don't think he's less of a man for not
I agree.
punching this guy. And he did speak up. If you watch the video, he spoke. He's like, hey, chill. He's like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this F and B and C and B and C. And like, she's the one. It's like, yo, for nothing. But this reminds me of when I went to Philly last year. I went to Philly, took my wife, just me and my wife. We went knowing that Lincoln Financial is one of the few stadiums that necessitates a jail within the building. You don't do that because of the friendly environment that you create. You do that because you got belligerent people.
Right.
So when I sat down in my Dolphins jersey, my wife in her Dolphins jersey. First thing I did was make friends. I turned around to the people in front of me, behind me, and next to me. I was like, hey, I am a Dolphins fan. I'm not one of those. I'm not going to be rude. We're all going to be respectful to each other. Let's just remember that. Let's be respectful of each other and like, let's have a good time. And like, I wasn't even that eloquent because I was drunk. But I was like, bro, hey, look, I like the Eagles. The reason we came to Philly, I like the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is cool. I like the Eagles. Let's have some fun. And the guys are like, yeah, we like the Eagles too. And so I made friends with the people around me. Even the little kid next to me gave me the bird, but then he ended up being like a cute kid. But a little child gave me and my wife the middle finger.
That makes sense.
But then, like, in the third quarter, when we're already down, like, I think 2 scores, I got a guy that I didn't make friends with 2 rows in front, grabbing his piece and, like, grabbing his groin, and gesturing at my wife and me. And I'm like, I got mad. I was like, hey, but here's the thing, because I made friends, the friends I made got in the way. They're like, hey, sorry. No, I think they're telling him, look, man, he's cool. You don't have to be doing it. His boys that he came to the game with were like, hey, you've got to stop. He's a good guy. And we're winning. And I was like, yeah, you're winning. Shut up.
Right?
I use stronger language than that, but Yeah, like it's a Philadelphia fan thing where if you've never been to a football game, I wouldn't sit in the upper deck of Lincoln as my first game. I wouldn't. Even if you're an Eagles fan, I wouldn't do it.
As somebody who grew up in Philly, I would say it's a fun place. It'd be harsh, but it's fun.
Yeah, I get that it's fun. Jesus, man, it was bad.
You can't say that stuff.
Dude.
You gotta be self-aware. You gotta understand the environment that this world is. You
Look.
can't say that stuff anymore. Like, you can't go out there. Like you said, everybody's got a camera on their hand. Like, what are you doing?
Also, I like the way you worded that. Because you didn't even say you have to be a better person.
You gotta be self-aware.
You just gotta be self-aware. If you want to be
God.
sexist,
Keep it to yourself.
I can't stop you from being sexist. I'm not going to tell you to stop being a sexist racist. I can't control you. Just do it where it doesn't affect other people and it doesn't ruin your life.
Carlos wants us to break. We'll do a 2-minute break. Football Fridays. That's it, man. Like, how naive are you about the world around you?
Dude.
That's it? You're going to fight the guy?
Well, the guy that was grabbing his junk at me and my wife, the reason his friends got really nervous because he wasn't a huge guy.
Yeah.
And I guess I'd been sitting too long, but I stood up.
Yeah.
And I'm also 3 rows ahead, so I guess they're drunk and they think I'm that tall. I'm not. I'm just 3 rows higher.
Right.
But I'm a big dude. And I was like, you want to fucking do that again? Do it. Come right here and do it right in front of me because I will knock your fucking ass out. I was like, grab your dick in front of me. I'll rip that shit off. I'm not even gay. I'll rip that shit off. And people were like laughing. And like, I knew it was silly to say.
Right.
I was like, I'll rip your dick off. I'm not gay, but I'll fucking throw it away. I'll bring it over here. Come right here and do that shit. And the friends are like, no, it's okay, man. Look, he's been cool the whole game. Like, relax. And he's like, oh, you want a fucking peacock? Looking at me, you want a fucking peacock? I'm like, we scored 1 touchdown. We're down 3. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Dude, and so the reason that ended is because I was going to fucking fight him. Yeah, it's bad.
Ooh. Brock Lesnar. I'm not messing with nobody with a sword tattooed up to their neck.
What? I can't stand that everyone in my wife's side of the family uses my Amazon packet profile, and so now I can't log in because they changed the password.
We're back on Football Fridays with All Top and Louis Diaz. Talking about this this dude in Philly who got
called online and basically, FAFO, right?
Cash in hand. Yeah.
That's it, man. Like,
Well, that's the thing is like maybe I would have fought the guy. And I know that would have ended it because that was in the 300. That was in the upper deck.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna fall, and like his friends are gonna get involved because as rude as he was and as in the wrong he was, yeah. If I punch your friend, you've got to at least stop it.
Right.
So yeah, like I may have, I respect this guy not getting involved physically. I think that was like a very mature thing of the guy filming it to do.
He knew in the end he was going to get the last laugh.
Oh, and he did.
Oh,
and
he sure did.
See, because like the way Carlos and I would have dealt with it,
right?
We would have gotten arrested. We would have gotten let go.
Yeah.
We would have had to be.
They would have taken you out. That would have been it.
It would have been bad.
We're catching hands.
That's it. Carlos is fighting people.
The way this guy handled it, he lost his life.
Right.
And that's even better.
Ended it.
That's better.
That's that.
That's better.
Oy.
Yeah, man. I was trying to log on to Amazon to buy the book, but because all my in-laws use my Amazon profile, I don't think they changed my password, but like it kicks me out. And I don't remember what my password is because I've had to change it a million times because they keep asking for a new password. So all my in-laws using my Amazon, and you know what I want to get them for Christmas? I've always wanted to do it, but I never have.
What's that?
You know how much I save them on shipping because I pay the annual fee,
right?
And they don't pay shipping for 2 days,
right?
I want to for 1 year. I want to get them all receipts of
for
what
everything
they bought. Like, hey, this is what I got. I paid for the shipping on this for you. All these shippings, I paid for that for you. Merry Christmas. All the shippings here, I paid. Merry Christmas. I gave you Christmas presents throughout the year. No shipping.
Bringing holiday cheer. That's Lewis.
I'm going to do that one. I'm not a good person.
Amazing.
I'm not a good person.
Why not, right? I always forget people's birthdays. I say that my wife, I tell her, I'm like, I'm going to send out everybody's card now. Do not open until whatever birthday.
Do not open until your birthday.
That's it, man.
That way you don't even have to.
Just forget about them all.
Yeah.
Hope it's been a great year.
Oh, my God. How much you've grown or not.
Right?
Remember that crazy thing that happened to you this year? It was crazy.
It was wild. Or not.
Oh, and that sad thing that happened this year. I'm glad you've gotten past it. Maybe you haven't because it could have been last week. I don't know when I wrote this.
Oh, man. So
I love that I can talk crap about my in-laws because none of them follow me on Instagram.
That's good.
All these followers on
And
Instagram,
you're gonna be
all these friends that I've made.
You're going to watch football there, right?
And I'm going to use them.
You got the 2 screens set up?
No, that was just for when I thought the Dolphins might make the playoffs. Remember when I was an idiot?
Dolphins.
Remember when I was dumb?
Man, those Broncos, they came out that game and just destroyed the Chiefs.
I think I told you that there was a point, like, I think in the second quarter when, they were up, I think they had 20 points.
Yeah.
That I had I never even looked at it. I was like, that game is over.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. Let me just be sad that we can't even beat the sorry-ass Jets.
Oh, man, the end of that game was so bad. So bad.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, Bill. What do you think? He ends up in Las Vegas next year?
You know who needs a veteran behind him?
He's not playing backup. He's not going somewhere to back up.
Not for KOC?
No.
JJ McCarthy's got an injury history.
I heard somebody say maybe Tennessee.
No, I'm just saying that because of Brett Favre.
I see. Yes.
I'm just saying it for Brett Favre. No. I think but for that reason that he won't go to Minnesota, he's not going to like Atlanta.
Right.
And I'm thinking of the Giants. Like they're so high up in the draft order. I don't think they're going to want him.
Yeah, I think that's why they're saying maybe Vegas.
They might get him for the Jordan Love treatment. Like, hey, you'll start for a year.
Right.
That way Shador or Cam can ease into the league. But at week 10, we are going to pull you. But like you'll start for the whole year.
You get some money.
And he's going to get paid. And he's already lives in New York. He plays in that stadium anyway.
Yeah. I heard Tennessee, and I was like, why Tennessee?
Why?
Right?
I thought they liked Will Levis.
I don't know. I don't know why Tennessee would have come up, but somebody was saying it the other day, and I'm like, that just doesn't make sense to me.
That's the thing is I'm trying to think of like QB needy teams. I think of Vegas.
Pittsburgh. But I heard he won't go to Pittsburgh.
For sure. Why? Because Tomlin is
Tomlin and him wouldn't get along.
Really?
Yeah, because he would be all weird, and
you mean
Tomlin would have to come out and talk about ayahuasca and stuff. Oh, Aaron, he's not here this week. He's in a dark room.
No, that's the thing is you're saying that him and Tomlin wouldn't get along. I think the more specific is Tomlin wouldn't put up with his BS.
No, that's it.
Tomlin wouldn't.
You wouldn't be able to do McAfee every week.
No.
He's not letting you air the dirty laundry on McAfee every week.
Maybe the Colts. Maybe.
Right? Or how about the Browns?
I don't know if they're sold on AR.
I don't think they are. I mean, the way they put Flacco in this season when Flacco was terrible.
The Browns
afford him?
If the Browns can get rid of Deshaun Watson's contract, I know they reworked it a little bit.
To who?
I don't know.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either.
That's the craziest part is it's all guaranteed. So it's like we're looking at Tua's contract. It's like, okay, we have an exit ramp after this year. Like we can get rid of that. And so like the Browns don't have that.
No.
For the next 3 years, they're stuck with him on the payroll.
Right?
That's unreal. Unless they like do like a Bobby Bow thing where it's like, hey, we'll just pay you for the rest of your life.
Right.
And please
we'll give
get
you
off
the million every year for the next 200 years.
Please get off our books.
Right? We're good. We're done with you. Man, what a mess that was.
What other teams are QB need? The only teams I know need a QB are the Giants and the Raiders.
Yeah.
Those are the ones and the Steelers. Those are the only three.
Oh, Steelers, they got Skylar Thompson, so they're set.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Super Bowl. Everyone in Pittsburgh wants to fire Mike Tomlin. If he starts Skyler,
can you imagine?
You got your wish.
Yeah, right. They're not going 500 next year with him.
Oh my God! But am I crazy? What other teams am I thinking? Because
they're going to pay Purdy.
San Fran has Purdy, and like I'm thinking of the draft order. The Pats love their guy.
Yeah, Drake May. They love Drake.
They love Drake.
Yeah.
The Raiders. Let me go to Tankathon.
Back to the Raiders.
Let me go to Tankathon and see who is near the top.
Yeah, so I don't know. But
he's not going to go to a stinker.
Somebody's going to, yeah, that's the thing. I think he'll go to a team that's like half decent. He won't go back up. The list has got to be super short.
Let's go down the list. Tennessee, I think they're set on Will Levis, which is a bad thing. Like, if they're smart, they won't stay with him. Cleveland is stuck with Deshaun. Yeah. The Giants have an opening. The Giants are a possibility. Not the Patriots, not the Jaguars. The Raiders, yes.
Right.
The Jets need a quarterback, but that's because you're their quarterback right now.
The Saints. Maybe the Saints.
Ooh, the Saints do need a quarterback.
That'd be interesting. He goes from Garrett Wilson, Ohio State wide receiver, to Chris Olave, his counterpart at Ohio State.
What did he just pay all that money to Carr?
Yeah, but I think they have an out clause on Carr. I think they can get out of that contract.
What about? Okay, this is crazy. And it's by the way, I'm not an insider. This is not speculation because this is never going to happen. What about Chicago? He owns Chicago.
Oh man.
Right. And I think maybe they'd be like, you know what? Caleb Williams needs a little bit more. We haven't seen it from him. Let's get one of the greatest of all time to ever do it to help Caleb Williams out. Is that a no? Is that an obvious no? Am I crazy for saying that?
No, you're not crazy for saying that.
I mean, maybe, but again, like, I don't think he's going anywhere where there's a chance that somebody could overtake him.
What about Jacksonville?
Nah, I think they just
are they
paid,
set with Trevor?
Well, they just paid Trevor a ton of cash.
That's right. They just paid him as the problem.
Yeah, so they're sort of stuck with him too.
Yeah, he's stuck with either New York Giants or Vegas or New Orleans. That's it. Because everyone else has their quarterback. Maybe Indy. I think Indy is a dark horse because I after AR, I don't know if they like AR anymore. I think they're done with him. I've heard the way.
Yeah, I believe that.
The way he taps himself out of games, not starting him, the turmoil. I just reading the tea leaves. I think they're done with AR. They might go to or they just bring Aaron Rodgers in. So they bring the older AR to give AR a little more time for maturity.
I think he probably does better in an indoor stadium.
What about
Indianapolis?
What about Seattle? Geno? Are they sold on Geno? Geno hasn't done anything for him.
Yeah, I think Geno's pretty much just
they got a year left
holding things together.
What about Green Bay? You think he'd do well in Green Bay?
Might be all right.
I think he might look good in that green and white.
They put him on the bench in Green Bay.
That would be good. That would be good.
You're sitting behind Malik Willis.
Hey, honestly, let's be real. We've got a couple seconds. Do you want him in Miami? Look, he missed with the Achilles 2 years ago. He played all 17 games this year.
Right.
Do you? And his
not
best
behind that
football,
offensive line.
His best football was when the aqua and orange took the field.
That's true.
He plays his best when there's aqua and orange around.
Nah, they can't block enough for him because he can't move.
Carlos, yes or no? Do you want
for the same reasons? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nah. Being on an island.
He's getting crushed. He's getting sacked 100 times.
I mean, I don't want him either, but I thought I'd create controversy.
That's Luis Diaz. I'm Will Altoff on the other side. We'll talk stuff. National championship game. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Because I don't want to bring it up.
It's coming up Monday night. Yeah, no.
Because your team lost right before.
They do stink.
Remember when they were so close?
No. What did I always say it though? They're never gonna get there.
Remember when they were so close?
They stink.
Remember?
We'll talk on the other side on Football Fridays.
From the Anajar and Levine accident attorneys,
your boy handed them that fucking game. That was nuts. He just served that thing up.
Look out for a crash on I-95 southbound right at Miami Gardens Drive. It's
like
blocked. And finally, that earlier crash in Hialeah on the Palmetto northbound at 122nd Street has cleared. That's traffic. On Christina Melendez.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are in. Two quarterbacks that are done. Your boy and freaking Texas. Get out of there. Get out of. No way Manning is sitting on his ass next year.
Members at one time. Go to
You damn well better. And no one's taking him after that.
Out for seafood? Catching and cooking your own. Listen to the Weekly Fisherman Radio Show hosted by Eric Brandon and Joe Hector. They'll teach you where to get on the fish, teach you how to catch the fish, and give you recipes to cook your catch. Saturday mornings from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on 940 Wins.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like
She didn't really do anything illegal, though.
roles? It seems impossible to find them.
She's a jerk, yeah, but,
They're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these...
The whole thing is just yucky.
The Joy Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, the swipe thing?
TKO Exotics. Oh, he's not on anymore.
Somebody's like Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler reportedly told Pat Riley to lace up and guard me during a heated team meeting.
Pat Riley's old.
Right?
You can't. That's. He can't do that. Oh shit! You are still there. Nice. Nice.
Back here on Football Fridays, I'm seeing a little earlier Brian Windhorst reported. Jimmy Butler reportedly told Pat Riley to, quote, lace up and guard me during a heated team meeting.
Which
Pat
is
Riley's
unfair.
like 100. Come on.
You know, the problem isn't Pat Riley is better than you. It's the team is better than you.
Pat Riley played in black and white. Leave the man alone.
He played before color TV.
Come on.
That is so funny. Yeah, I read somewhere that as soon as they got rid of Max Strus,
Yes, that was his boy.
that Max Strus was the one that kept
So
all
wild.
these loose screws together, which is like, of all people, Max Strus?
Hey, look at the Cavs. They're crushing it this year. Maybe he is the guy.
Max Strus he's the locker room guy.
That's it. He's the locker room guy.
Is he?
Right? Like, it's just so weird. And I don't know.
It's weird that the great players on the Heat all have the same ending. I don't like that. That I don't like. I love the ride with the great players, but the endings always suck.
UD,
Always.
I mean UD, but he wasn't one of the. I mean, he was a good player, but
He's a Heat great. He'll get it. His jersey's going up in the rafters.
last few years he didn't really he didn't do a lot. But he was strong for that locker room. That was one of the things in the article I was reading today. You know, he was on the bench, didn't really play much outside a couple of minutes here and there, but like for the locker room, his presence there was such a huge part. And now he's not in there in the locker room.
Well, that's what I love. That's what I love about like UD and Dwayne Wade, like these guys that like the two guys that really created Heat culture.
Yeah. And Alonzo.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Fine. But I'm talking about these two guys right now. That they've both been on like podcasts and TV appearances and stuff, and both of them are like not picking sides. Like, hey, they're not saying one is right or one is wrong, but both of them reiterate like nothing goes above Heat culture.
Yeah. Right.
Like Heat culture will always win.
And it's interesting, Dwayne Wade, like in the Heat saying, the way that they parted ways wasn't, it didn't work out. And like all of them understanding now that like, no man, like this is what Miami does, and like what they're doing is the right way to do things.
Yeah.
They may make missteps here and there, but for 30 years, they've been a consistently good team.
Well, it's like the Patriot way, right?
Yeah.
When Belichick was around, like I'm gonna get rid of my star players before
Just as they're starting to wear down.
I'm gonna get their prime, and I'm gonna get rid of them before they start the decline.
Yeah.
And that's what Riley sees. Riley sees the decline with Butler. I mean, the man can't play a back-to-back or refuses. You can't stay healthy. And why am I going to give him all that money? I get it. I've seen enough from Pat Riley to, you know what? You got this. The same, the exact opposite of the way I feel about Chris Greer, which is like, I'm going to watch you like a hawk and judge everything you do and assume it's wrong. Pat Riley, it's like, yeah, okay. If Jimmy Butler doesn't work on the team, he doesn't work on the team. Bye. Okay, I'm okay. I trust you. I love Jimmy Butler. Okay, bye.
That's it, man. You look at the iterations of the team. The Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway years, the Dwayne Wade Shaq team, the LeBron Chris Bosh Dwayne Wade team, the Jimmy Butler Bam Adebayo Tyler Hero team. Like all of those core teams had the mentality. They all followed the same mentality. And they all proved that they were solid, good teams and were always consistently in the playoffs. Like, that's it, man. That's how this team works. And if you don't want to be a part of that anymore, like that's it. They're going to let you go, and they're going to find somebody who wants to do that and find the next guy.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know if it's an entitled thing. I saw Omar Kelly tweet that it's like an entitled, like athletes are just getting more and more entitled, which I do agree they are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess just like if you have that entitled mentality, you're just not gonna hack it on this team. You're just not not on the Heat. You can't. That's why I think they love the undrafted guys, because they have an appreciation and a drive and a hunger where it's like every day could be my last, and and Spo will grab every ounce of talent out of them and put it on the court. And as soon as they start getting entitled and wanting Caleb Martin wanting a boatload of money, all right, you can get it somewhere else because you're not going to get it here.
Right.
And that's just how the team works. It's crazy, but they end up in the playoffs every year, and they don't have a drought like the Dolphins do.
That's it, man. And they build, like you said, around those guys. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Caleb Martin, all these guys. They go other places and they're fine, but like here, they go to the finals, and you're like,
Caleb Martin is. People are begging for Caleb Martin to be conference finals MVP.
Right.
You're Caleb Martin, my guy.
Caleb Martin on a team with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. Caleb Martin. Like,
it's weird, but he's not winning MVP, Eastern Conference MVP wherever he goes after this.
Yeah.
It's that was
like
gross.
Said, hey,
that was gross.
Radio. It's
the cough button's so far from me. I can't reach it.
Well, he didn't technically cough.
No, you're right. The burp button is also very far from me.
Yeah, so I mean, right. You build the culture and you build the team around that culture. Proven to be pretty good with the Heat. Dolphins have tried. They just, they can't find the consistency.
Well,
and it's like every few years you feel like they're starting over.
It's what I said. It's what I said in the first hour of the show before we were on, IG Live. It's Chris Greer is a great talent evaluator.
Yeah.
He misses just as much as any other GM. Even the Eagles GM has his misses. Chris Greer has, but like when it comes to find, he finds great talent. He just doesn't know how to build a team. Whereas Pat Riley is the exact opposite. He will build a team with no talent. It's such a weird thing that both teams are in Miami and like they have the complete opposite approaches and the complete opposite results.
And it's interesting that they both are dealing with a superstar player that doesn't
Doesn't
seem to
want
want to be here.
Yeah. You want Tyreek back or no?
I'm not a football player, and I don't know what things are like inside that locker room and on team fights and all of those sort of things. But I think it's got to be a little awkward when you go, I don't want to be here, and everybody else is like, dude, that's it. Like you go out there and tell everybody that you don't want like.
I'll tell you why I'm okay with him leaving, because it's like he doesn't make the team worse by being here. In a weird way, he does, in the sense of like the reason I would let him go is because we could use whatever we get rid of him for to strengthen the weak parts of our team, because wide receiver wasn't really a weak part of our team. We honestly didn't even use wide receivers this year.
No, Devon Achane is not a wide receiver, nor is Johnny Smith.
So I if we could get rid of him and get a pick that leads to a starting right guard, I'm okay with that.
Or even the money that you get off the books.
That comes with it as well.
Yeah.
You get rid of him and you can trade his contract for a second round pick. You're paying a second round pick as your starting guard, assuming that's what they do. You get a pick on a rookie salary. All that extra money, you can get a free agent for the left guard or safety that we desperately need.
Do you think Tyreek is playing in Spain?
No, I don't think he's playing on the team next year.
I don't think he makes it to the team next year either.
As a betting man, I would put my money on him not being on the team.
You got to think quietly. They're trying their best to see if anybody's interested.
Yeah.
Just awkward. You put everybody in such an awkward situation when you come out and say those sort of things.
I think by the end of night one of the draft, he will be gone. It may not be in the beginning as soon as the league year starts and trades can happen. It might not be there, but I think by the end of night one of the draft, he's out. He's out of the team. I think so. How much time do we have?
We're gonna break here and come back on the other side.
Because I got a list of free agents that the Dolphins have. Because Tyreek Hill is under contract.
Yeah.
But I have a list of a bunch of free agents.
Okay.
I want to see who you want to re-sign or not.
Oh, I like that. We'll do that coming up here on Football Fridays.
You think Tyreek is a post June 1st cut? How much money
Do you
would
have
we?
any bonuses or anything coming up that if he makes the roster past June 1st?
I think Tyreek is traded, but the one that I'm marking, and it's not like you have a limit to how many post June 1st cuts you can have. I think Bradley Chubb. I know Anthony Weaver was saying, man, I would love to have Chubb, Phillips, and Robinson.
Right.
But we're paying him so much money.
Right.
And
How much time's left on his contract?
I don't know. I think 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we re-signed him as soon as he got here.
Yeah.
And I think a competent GM would realize he's too injury prone for that money, so he shouldn't be on my team. The same thing a competent GM would say about Tua. Very good on the field, not on the field enough, not worth the money.
He signed a 5-year contract in 2022.
So yeah, 3 years.
But this says they have a potential out in 2025.
So at the end of next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I think if he had come back this year, it's a different story. But because he didn't get back and play at all,
Yeah, he sucks. I hate him. I hate him.
I wonder.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
You got to take that home with you tonight?
I do. We get it now that we've remembered, because I will forget it. Not mine anymore. This belongs to Iffy.
Ah! You just wear it for the rest of the show.
Man, I don't deserve it anymore, though.
Right.
I just don't deserve it. Such a beautiful.
It's a very nice belt. How heavy is it? Let me see.
It's got some heft.
It does, man. That's really nice.
I gotta hand it off to Iffy. Iffy doesn't even deserve it. Hey, I didn't lose. I didn't go the toilet bowl. You know what's crazy? I won it last year.
Yeah.
I was in the fucking toilet bowl of the same league this year.
That's fantasy football, man. You never know. Week to week, it's like.
But that's like last year, someone asked me, "Yo, do you know a lot about fantasy football?" I'm like, I won the 2 leagues I was in. I won them both.
Yeah.
So I would consider myself like up there with Brandon Kravitz.
But
this year, it's like, no. Who the fuck am I?
How many people in the league?
10.
10. And they all pay attention.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. If you're playing in a league that's like 8 teams, there's a lot of players available. If you're playing in a league where everybody doesn't take it like super seriously, I feel like it's more fun. When it starts getting down to like really hardcore fantasy football, I'm like, this is too much work.
Yeah. It gets hard.
Back here on Football Friday.
Yes. Taking you up until the top of the hour. Lewis had to take his formerly won fantasy football belt down.
R.I.P. man. This is such a beautiful belt that I wish I could have gone back to back with. I've won. So my wife got mad at me because I have to pay the winner $100.
Okay.
You should pay your league dues at the draft.
100%.
That's the best way to do it.
But then you got to trust that person to hold the money too.
Yeah, but it's the commissioner's job. If they don't hold the money, they've got to pay $700 or $800 or $900 out of their own pocket. But we didn't, and so my wife is mad because I have to pay $100. I was explaining to my wife, I've been in this league in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've won it twice.
So you've made the $100
twice,
right?
You know what I mean? And she's like, it's so stupid that men do that. That like, why would you pay money? Like it's gambling and stuff. I'm like, it is gambling,
right?
But who would you put your money on? Guy who's won it 50% of the time, 2 other guys that have won it 25% of the time, or the other 7 that have won it 0% of the time,
right? And you've already won your dues for the next, let's say, 10 years.
I mean, I spent it already, so like I didn't.
Right,
really
but in the mindset, you think that you've already won.
Yeah. It's
already paid for in that.
It counts. It counts. So I have a list. Speaking of, being a GM, and Chris Greer is not as good as I am, but let's put on a GM cap.
Okay.
According to USA Today, the Dolphins Wire, they have the top 10 highest graded Dolphins free agents or upcoming free agents, according to PFF. I also have a list of all 32. So if we get through these 10, we can go to that list.
Okay.
But here are the top 10 in order of best to worst. Let's see if you want to re-sign them. Calais Campbell. For me, that's a hard yes.
I would like to sign him back. Yes, for sure.
A hard yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he was a huge part of that defense last year. And if Jalen Phillips is able to come back, you want multiple guys to be able to play out there. Him and Zach Sealer, they were a great tandem this year.
Yeah, they were.
You want Calais back for sure.
Hey,
and he's a locker room guy.
That's it.
He's amazing.
I'll put him as a coach.
Yeah.
If he does like him, he's the same. Him and Tehran,
Yeah.
I see the same way. Just because they're both old, but there's just such great figures within the team. If they don't want to play anymore, I will continue to pay your salary, whatever you're making now as an NFL player. I'll continue to pay it. Live in the locker room. Be a coach.
Like at the end of the season in that press conference, they talked about McDaniel and Greer about how they want the locker room to speak up more in a sense. And like Calais Campbell, like that's the guy who you want leading your locker room. You know, like you keep it in house. There's a few guys that have the tenure, the stature, or whatever, and those are the guys that you take the problems to and you figure it out.
Yeah.
You want Calais for that, yeah, for
And
sure.
you know who I love for whenever Calais does leave. Hopefully it's not this year, but it probably will be. Jordan Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they would throw him in at the end of all the victory speeches.
Yeah.
He's just a dude that owns that locker room. That's a captain for sure. Next player, Kendall Lamb, offensive tackle. I vote no.
I would say yes because you don't want to. You want to keep some consistency on the offensive line. I think. You know,
I understand.
If you're going to bring a couple more pieces in, you want at least a couple of guys who played in this system for the past couple of years.
Look, when he plays, he is a starting caliber tackle.
Yeah.
He's not an all-pro bowler, but he's a start. He's good to start.
Yeah.
I don't trust him to be on the field. Therefore, I don't want my salary cap with Tua on the books, Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey on the books.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste a single cent on someone that's not going to dress out 17 games. So I vote no for him.
Okay.
You vote yes?
Yeah, I think, like I said, for the consistency.
Terrell Dodson, hard yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Dude, the end of the season, he was a star on the defense.
The dude,
he had huge
won
plays.
2 AFC Players of the Week.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. You didn't even know his name in week 10.
It's funny because it happens so much to Miami fans where we see, especially Marlins fans, where you see like your players leave and thrive. It happens to Dolphins fans as well, where you see your players leave and thrive. And it's like, yeah, it happened with Van Ginkel.
Yep.
Where it's like we're watching Gink tear it up in Minnesota, and it's like it's breaking my heart. Like I'm happy for him because the Dolphins didn't want him, but the Dolphins fans loved him.
Yeah.
And it's cool that we got that. The Seahawks dropped him in the middle of the year. This is a guy that started every game for them.
Yeah.
And they dropped him. The same thing that we did with David Long. But David Long went and did nothing.
Yeah.
And we got Terrell Dodson, 100% re-sign him.
Totally.
Tyler Huntley, Snoop.
I mean, I'm saying no. I think you have to find a better backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And Tyler Huntley's going to say he wants some money because he played and won you a couple of games last year.
Won you 2 games. Barely.
Yeah.
Barely. Great. Well, the Browns was not barely, but yes, barely against. Yes.
You know, and I don't think he's the answer at backup quarterback.
You don't?
No.
I'm a conditional yes because I don't know what backup quarterbacks are going to be on the market. If we can get Joe Flacco in here,
right? If you want to keep somebody in the system because the rest of the guys aren't, up to snuff. But like, I don't know. I didn't see it from Tyler. I mean, I saw a little bit, but not enough.
We saw it in one game. We didn't even see it in the Patriots game. I don't know how he beat the Patriots.
Yeah,
but we did. We saw it in the Browns game. It was nowhere to be found.
And the Jets game was terrible.
But that's why I'm a conditional yes. Let me see the rest of the. Let me see how the QB market shakes up. Quentin Bell, outside linebacker. He made noise at the end of this. Is a guy that in training camp everyone was saying was that
everybody thought
the
it
next
was going to be
Cam
great.
Wake.
Yeah,
did nothing the first 13 weeks, and at the end of the season really kind of started to heat up and really get it. But he's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't need it?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen enough to warrant bringing him back.
I would love. If we plan on getting another defensive end early in the draft, we can get rid of him. If we plan on getting rid of Bradley Chubb, we need to keep him. You know what I mean? Like it depends with what our plan is. If we're getting talent at defensive end, he can go. He's the first one out the door for me. But if we're losing guys, we saw what happened last year. We were depleted with pass rushers. We might need them. So I'm taking the cop out conditional. Hard yes for me. Cater Kohu.
Yes.
Hard yes.
Yeah. He makes big plays. You need him out there.
Dude, and he just looked great with Weaver's defense.
Yeah.
He looked great. He struggled with Fangio's defense, but clearly that was his fault because Fangio's defense is kicking ass in Philly.
Nobody down here like Fangio's defense.
Nope, but
Players
it
just
works.
did not want to play for him.
Maybe he was just being grumpy here, and now that he's in his hometown,
That's where he
he's
wanted to
happy.
be.
Maybe, but yeah. So Caterco, who we're both saying yes. So the name is Javon Holland. That's who's next on this list. I know he's gonna want a lot of money.
Yeah.
He earned a lot of money when he was playing with Brian Flores. He didn't really earn it these last 2 years. What do you think?
How old is he?
Young as hell.
Is it like 27?
It doesn't say his age here. It doesn't say his age here,
I
but he's
wonder.
young. He's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the defense was so up and down this year at times.
I would say yes.
I guess it depends on the number.
If the money is right,
Yeah.
yes. But I feel like I would pay more for him than you would.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Off year, but okay. This one I think we're both gonna say no. Jordan Poyer.
Goodbye.
All right. I shouldn't have even mentioned him. Deshaun Hand. Bring him back or not?
Maybe.
I'm okay. He can kick rocks. I wasn't in love with him. I think I was expecting a lot more out of him. What I wanted out of him, I got from Benito Jones.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can let him go. I think, yeah, there's definitely spots where you can retool a little bit, and it's not like you're finding any sort of consistency there. So, yeah, sure, let him go. Bye.
Emmanuel Ogbah.
I do love that he came back after Fangio let him go because he couldn't play in Fangio's system, and he performed this year. And you do need pass rushers. Yeah, keep him in there.
So Quentin Bell, PFF, was graded higher than Emmanuel Ogbah. I would put Ogbah higher in priority than Quentin Bell.
I agree. I feel like Ogbah made plays this year.
I think so too. And he's a good guy to have. So those are the top 10 according to Pro Football Focus. Top 10 free agents hitting the market with the Dolphins. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to? Because there's more names that are actually pretty big names that just weren't the top 10 of Pro Football Focus, like Braxton Berrios and River Craycraft.
I don't think you're keeping either of those guys.
I'm good to let them both walk.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, Braxton didn't do much outside of some special teams. He ended up getting hurt. And then River Craycraft, what do you have, like 3 catches? I know everybody loves River Craycraft, but like, I need some more.
I'm okay to keep River. Braxton can go kick rocks. He played at the U. He played for his home team. Ha ha ha. We lived it. Goodbye. Jeff Wilson Jr. He can kick rocks.
Yeah, I don't think you need him either.
I want.
You got Devon and you got Jalen. You're good with those two.
Whatever looks you gave Jeff Wilson, give them to Jalen Wright.
Yeah, 100%.
That's my rule. Isaiah Wynn.
Yeah.
He's healthy now.
Yeah.
He got over the injury.
That's
He's
what I'm
healthy.
saying. Keep him. Yeah.
But he's a Teron Armstead that doesn't play full seasons.
But I feel like, again, you're going to be bringing in a couple of pieces on the offensive line. Keep a couple of guys there for consistency. So keep them there.
All right. Rob Jones, Liam Eichenberg?
Nah.
Jackson Carmen?
Nah.
Benito Jones?
I mean, you're going to say yes?
No, I'll say no to him too. I don't care. I just said he was better than Deshaun Hand,
Yeah,
but I'll get rid of them both. Oh man. Oh no, I read Cam Brown. I thought it was Cam Smith. I'm like, I thought we just drafted him. I can't believe he's already no. And yeah, Elijah Campbell. Elijah Campbell wants to start at safety. But we've only used him as a special teamer.
Nah.
You don't care?
Nah.
Duke Riley? I want Duke Riley to leave. Yeah, I'm over Duke Riley.
Yeah, over Duke Riley.
All right, that's it. Those are the free agents. We just did Chris Greer's job for him.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Anthony Walker Jr. I didn't realize we only
keep
signed him for 1 year.
Yeah,
you got to re-sign him.
For sure.
Lock him up to a 3-year, $30 million deal.
Yeah.
Give him 10 a year.
More another consistency guy.
Yes,
decided
exactly.
on the defensive side. Yeah.
Exactly. Boom. All right. That's it. Those are the free agents.
All right. I like that. We have already done the job. Sign all those guys. And then what do you do with the leftover money?
You give it to us.
Fly us to Spain.
Fly us to Spain.
Let's go.
That would be cool.
Coming back on the other side. I'm not sure if we have 1 or 2 segments left, but we'll come back on the other side and talk more on Football Fridays.
From the Anajar and Levine Access.
I'm not sure if this is what segment we're on at the moment, Carlos.
Okay, so it is Merca Dolphins. All right. All right.
Cool.
Wrapping up the sure.
That's perfect.
Charlie Leva, you say get a center, but I love Aaron Brewer.
Yeah, Aaron Brewer did good this year.
And he's not old.
No.
He's young.
No,
he's
and
got
everybody seemed to like him around the locker room. Like I think he's a light guy on the team.
he's got years in front of him. I don't think center's the problem. If Greer follows this, he wins. I agree.
Right?
But he's got to pick up some fucking guards.
Needs offensive linemen.
Dude. But you know what the thing is, like he's little. Aaron Brewer's little. He did fine.
Richie Incognito.
Give me an Incognito.
That's what I'm saying. He's a small dude.
Give me an Incognito. Yeah, but he's also stout. Aaron Brewer's not as Richie was. I remember I went to a game and they did like a piece on Richie Incognito during one of the TV breaks. And it was like, you have a lot of tattoos. When did you start getting tattoos? And he's like, when I was 17, when I was like 16, my dad made me a deal. If I can start on varsity, I'll get a tattoo. And so I started on varsity. And when I was 16, I got my first tattoo, and I've just been getting them ever since. I was like, God damn, 16 years old getting a fucking. It's 16. That's crazy. Georgia guard is nice. Which Georgia guard? Ooh, is there? I don't know. See, that's the thing. I haven't done enough draft prep. I read the mock drafts, but I don't know enough to have like a roster of people I want to draft.
You're not Mel Kiper?
I'm not Mel Kiper. I am not Mel Kiper Jr.
Or McShay? Todd McShay?
Todd McShay.
The other one?
That's it. There it is.
I saw some 9-year-old. Was it a 9-year-old that got tattooed recently? You see this? In Arizona? You just have to like have your parents' consent. She's got
Really?
American flag tattooed on her arm or something.
You get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer. Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Yes, Squid Game. Did you watch it?
No.
Did you watch the first season?
Call me racist. I don't watch foreign language shit either. I don't like having to read. I like using the reading as a tool. I don't
watch
like.
it with English.
I tried.
Speaking.
I tried.
Really?
It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Did you watch it in English or did you watch it in whatever language
I
and,
watched
and
it
read
in
it? You did?
English speaking.
And it was okay for you?
Squid Game. Yeah.
That's
Oh, come on.
the reaction I got from everybody. So
The acting, like the voice acting, isn't good. So it's not. But I think it's like that's part of the charm of it for me is that it's not good voice acting. Like I find that entertaining.
Charlie says Tate might be able to. We'll get him in the second round. I'll look up this Tate guy. If he sucks, I'm gonna blame you, Charlie. But if he doesn't suck, I'm gonna get you a job with the Dolphins.
There we go.
I can't do that. I cannot do that.
We are back on Football Fridays. I asked Lewis if he's seen Squid Game.
Don't make me sound racist on TV.
I didn't say that.
No, because like the reason I said I haven't watched it, I'm gonna have to say now on the radio, and I'm gonna get fired because someone's gonna think but I'm not.
You don't want to.
I don't watch the foreign language films.
You don't want to
can't.
read while you're watching television.
Here's the deal: when I watch Netflix or when I watch when I watch anything, I have the subtitles on, but I'm not relying on the subtitles. That's a supplement.
Right.
I can listen and I can read, and it's a supplement. I'm not a good reader. I'm a very slow reader. So like I can't depend on the subtitles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like you're saying, oh, just watch it in English. The voice acting is not.
The voice acting's terrible.
It's not good.
Like it's not. But like I was saying, for me, like that's part of the charm and the entertainment of the show is like how bad the voice acting is.
Really?
Yeah.
Again,
but the show itself, like the story is just amazing. And
It's
that's
really cool.
why like I get sucked in.
Did you see the second season? Because I want to
Yeah,
know.
I watched it.
I want to. It's the same guy, right?
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Oh, yeah, 'cause
it's
people are
good.
listening.
You got to watch the first season to watch the second season.
At the end of the show, you can spoil it for me because again, not gonna watch it.
Well, the end of the show hasn't really happened.
What do you mean?
I can't tell you.
What
There's
are you
more
talking
coming.
about?
They've already announced that
Oh,
they're
there's
doing
more
a third
episodes
season.
coming.
Yeah, they're doing.
Oh, so
like a
he
third
lives
season.
again. He wins again. That's crazy.
All I know is that they've announced that they're doing a third season. I don't know what the parameters of the actual
Yo,
focus
at
of
some
that
point
will
they got to
be.
stop inviting this guy to Squid Games. He's just winning them all, huh?
He's the octopus winning the Squid Games.
He's crazy.
This is the last season.
Yeah.
The third season, so he dies in the third season, is what I'm figuring out. All right, guys, all you got to do is put. I've never seen the show. Don't count these as spoilers. I'm putting things together. He lives.
They end up in a.
It's radio.
No, it's purgatory.
Look
at
me
it's purgatory.
and wink if he wins the second season.
No, but the thing is, there's a third season. The story continues.
Also, the second Squid Games don't end.
The story itself keeps going. It's an
Does-
evolving storyline.
Does he win Squid Games a second time? Wink at me if it's yes.
I don't know.
See, okay, so okay, all right. So it keeps going.
So there's other stuff that I'll watch, but I'll watch it like, okay, so I might watch like Japanese professional wrestling. That I'll watch with Japanese language commentary.
Hold on.
Right?
What?
You don't watch Japanese wrestling?
My dude. No, I'm not a virgin.
Oh,
What are
you're
you
missing out,
doing?
dude. Oh, it's been years since I watched it, but like when I did, I would watch it with the Japanese commentary.
I gotta imagine it's way better than WWE. Because I feel like whatever safety parameters WWE has, which isn't many. I saw them jump off Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. They did do that.
There's got to be less than the Japanese one.
Yeah, probably.
Is it cooler? Is it cooler than WWE?
I don't know. WWE has great storytelling.
It does. It does.
Have you seen it on Netflix?
I was just about to say, like, now that it's on Netflix, not that like I didn't have like.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to get back into WWE.
The way that it looks is amazing. Like the way that they shoot it now.
WWE or Japanese?
WWE.
Okay.
The way they shoot it is amazing because they got a guy who worked at ESPN who did College Game Day and stuff. And now he's like the executive producer. So the way that they shoot it has completely changed. And now on Netflix, because it's in like 4K and everything, like that, it's just wild.
It's good to see. Okay. Yeah. So I will start watching.
It's like
it again.
watching like a pay-per-view, like a UFC main event, like every week.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it looks really cool now.
That's cool. Yeah. So I will watch it again. I will. My problem is I've always been nervous because for the last like 4 years, I've had adults that still watch WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to think that was weird, but like the way they love it, I'm like, damn, I did love it when I was a kid. I've been wanting to get back into it.
Yeah.
But I don't know any of the story. Like the storylines never end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like becoming a fan now of the Dolphins. You don't know about the struggle we've had. Like you don't know. But even then, the Dolphins aren't about stories, you know? Like I don't know how to explain it to what I'm explaining. But I feel like it's too late for me. Like
like I think as an entertainer, and you're saying you like storytelling and
Yeah, I
acting
love
and all that stuff, like that's all it is. And they've like cut down on Netflix, they'll have like 4 matches in 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Really?
Because there's so many stories going on.
Oh, but I like the fighting.
Yeah, I mean you still get that. But the acting and the storytelling of the show is like really evolved. It's really cool.
All right, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, I'll watch it. Fine.
We got like 2 minutes left.
In this show?
Yeah.
Look
at the time.
Let's get our Watch America Dolphins. No?
I'm watching him on the camera.
Oh, is he the guy? Because we didn't prepare him. We didn't prepare him. That's on us.
Nah, that's cool.
Jimmy Butler's gonna play tonight. Heat Star expected to start versus Nuggets.
That's it, man. Jimmy for 40 tonight.
Nope. Jimmy for -3. He's gonna hit a 3-pointer for the other
For
team.
the other team. Get me out of here. I don't know.
All right, we don't need the music. Oh, we have it though. Do you feel?
You feel?
I feel.
What do you feel?
I feel. I don't do you know why I don't do mushrooms? And I don't do drogas?
No.
Because not only are they illegal, which is the main reason, don't do drugs, I don't like trips. What I do, the only kind of trip I like is a road trip. I love road trips. Being on the road is so nice that in my head, I feel like going on the road trip 2 times. I feel like everything happening on the road is going to be good. Therefore, I feel both AFC road teams are going to win this weekend. Both AFC road teams get the win, which might be never have happened, but it probably happened.
I think you're convincing me on Houston.
I think both road teams win.
I agree about Baltimore. I think that it's their time.
My name is Walter Mercadolfins. If I say both road teams win,
it's going to happen.
I don't need to convince you.
Nah.
That's it. It's going to happen, my friend.
It's going to happen. I feel.
What did you feel?
That. No, I'm just saying I feel with you. I'm going to get that on a shirt.
I feel. Walter Mercadolfins feel. Both road teams, put your mortgage on it.
And then the other side, both home teams on the NFC, they're going to win.
That's what you feel?
Eagles and Lions. Yes, I feel.
I like that.
Road AFC, away football conference, NFC near football conference.
Near home, because home is near where it is. I love that.
That works.
I like that.
Me and Lewis are going to be back next week.
Yes, we are.
For another edition. Carlos Picari on the other side. We always appreciate his help. Enjoy the games this weekend, Lewis.
I'm going to try my best, brother.
We didn't even talk about the national championship game and Penn State stinking. I'm so
man. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next week.
Ugh. This is Football Fridays.